And we are live.
Let's see if we need to.
Roy, you okay?
I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah, everything looks good. Alright. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Sorry, I
Hello.
put me in for a second.
Yes, you did. Don't much appreciate it.
We do have a few announcements that we would like to get through real quick. First
Have
off...
at it.
Huh?
Have at it.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, I want to say hi to our friends over at StoryForge.
Hello.
Hello.
A big shout out to them, and you're going to see a little video that's going to give you their little information. So be sure to go check them out. They're a group of longtime friends and nerds who create a D&D 5e show on Twitch, set in a completely homebrew setting, every Saturday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to follow them on Twitter at @StoryForge_ and on TikTok at @Story_Forge for more adventures. They're actually a great bunch of people. I watched them in their last session. They're really fun, hilarious guys and girls. And check them out. They're pretty cool. Our second shout out goes to our friend Malfunction. He's on Twitter. He was kind of to give us a copy of his 5th edition supplement book. I might butcher the name, sorry. It's Galvadon's Guide to Gear, which gives players and DMs options for creating magical items as well as new magic items and new adventuring gear. It was actually pretty cool. So big thanks for that. You can follow him on Twitter at Malfunction. That's MA1 Function 1. Check out his work. That's it.
Yeah, I believe so. Just let me go ahead and do one thing real quick. And have anything that they would like to announce or get out of their systems, preferably.
I don't know who that could be directed at.
I have no idea.
I mean, I can't do it live.
Well, what about you?
DM.
Monday, you're going to...
Yes. So, I know the majority of you guys like watching this right now are probably following me on Twitter. So most of you probably know that I was ordering a new art tablet, which just came in today. Came in a little earlier than expected, but that's okay. We like when things show up early. So for my plans for Monday is to go ahead and do a art stream. I'm gonna try and do one. I've never done a stream by myself before, so we'll see how that circus show goes. If you guys want to join me, feel free to. I don't know the exact time yet, but I will be posting it on Twitter. Probably be sometime in the afternoon Central Time. And I will keep you guys posted. Follow me at Cypher Chroma. Hopefully I can keep you guys entertained while I draw portraits, character portraits, for all of the cast members here of their characters.
Looking
I'm gonna
forward
go.
to that.
Oh, yeah.
Means if you guys want to join in, I will go ahead and.
It's on Monday, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Monday. Probably right after I get out of work or something.
We work for a living.
Well, we'll see. Be using the new tablet since it just came in. I'm gonna give it a test run tonight and maybe tomorrow as well. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. We'll make some art together.
You can finally see our characters how we see them.
Yeah.
Come to life, literally.
Yeah. I mean, some of you I've got to take artistic liberties with, but we're gonna see. I already have an idea of what Bart looks like.
Bart's a John Doe kind of
A
looking
big
guy.
pile of trash.
Wow.
He's dressed like a
Coming
bum.
from the DM.
Now Jet's going to have several characters.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the default one.
Yeah,
We're gonna go with the one that you usually run around with.
And then we can have the
Just switch
female
it out.
version of
Right.
Jed,
Yeah.
and it
Well,
just like alters.
And you can't forget the coming savior.
Yes.
Oh!
That's right. Jesus.
Oh,
Jet, wow.
Call
Jesus,
JJ
Jet.
for short.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man.
He's a double
And meanwhile, everybody in universe is gonna be like, Jesus, who's that?
Right?
So,
he's the son of Zoa.
Son of Zoe.
son of Zoe.
There you go.
All right. So with that being said, I think we're up and ready to go? Yeah, we're good. We got one guy, Vince. We're still waiting for him, but he will get here when he gets here. So, yeah. Oh boy, what a session last time.
Ain't kidding.
Yeah, you guys. I don't even remember what happened before the big reveal. Right. Bart and his group met up with Malkuth. Met Malkuth, the vampire, who was abducting people for reasons he wasn't too keen on divulging. But Bart was still kind of suspicious of him, even though seemed like he was on the level. But Bart still wanted to go ahead and tail him just so he could, find out, get to the bottom of what was really going on. Afterwards, what else happened? You guys went to go see Sin.
We got our new.
You guys got
new
your
weapon.
got your new equipment, yeah. And
Did I also get my peregrine mask or the equivalent?
I don't think so. I think he said that one was going to take a while.
Okay.
Like 2 days.
So probably
Couple days. Yeah.
probably 1 more day.
All right.
Now I remember. You guys got your sleep. You got your rest at the hotel. Bart went off and did his own thing, and now they've lost contact with him. That's why you don't split the party. But you guys got your rest. You went to go to the train station. Elon met up with his newly reincarnated wife, who's also brainwashed.
But she seemed to not have any kind of issues.
Yeah,
with
she
us.
didn't. She wasn't hostile in
Which
any
is
way
cool.
towards you guys.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Honestly, Elon is a very sweet husband. The way he was speaking with
He
her.
is, yeah. Sincere.
Bart the entire time was wondering how he got married. If he saw that, he'd be like, okay, it actually makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So you guys, after speaking with Missy, Elon's wife, you guys went to the train station where you found out that Varian, your cousin, just keeled over as soon as you guys left the train.
Yes.
You were met with Morpheus. Morpheus then told you, well, you guys want to know everything about me. You want to know who I am, whatever. Come to Bezos' building and we will discuss things. You did. And you learned the horrifying truth that the real Morpheus is the future version of your son, who you named after the person you thought was your cousin, but was actually your future son all along. Upon realizing this, and he revealed that he was actually Zurich, the head mind flayer from an alternate dimension that these guys came from originally. He used the wish spell to turn himself into a little tadpole that inhabited Varrus' body and waited for the opportunity to be, for lack of better terminology, inserted into Mehalia.
Yeah.
And this resulted in Morpheus, and now this is the future version of Morpheus, who has come back to the past to perfect himself, although he wasn't exactly too specific about how he's going to do that.
That's true.
But he did say that one of the keys was being able to wield the Sword of Owensburg, which he will be able to do now since he is an Owensburg.
Yeah.
Half, or actually a third, technically speaking.
Technically.
Gosh, that scared me.
Yeah,
He's come back from the dead. Sorry.
this camera box fell over. Both Laura and I freaked out.
The
That's
German
a
paper.
sign of things to come.
Yeah, right.
We're all gonna die.
if it's
Zurich is so powerful, we're actually manipulating this.
I don't know. DM is
My kid's
freaking.
gonna kill me.
Yeah. Everybody in Varrus' family wants to kill him.
I know, not even an asshole or anything.
Not anymore.
I mean, not
Okay,
anymore.
that's
Yeah.
true. Not anymore. You're right. I
You were
grew
a
up.
major asshole
Yeah.
at one point.
I was.
So, being officially freaked out, by this.
That's like
Understandably so.
bare minimum term.
Yeah.
Putting it.
Yeah, I mean, your son's body was hijacked by a mind flare tadpole at birth. Actually,
Yeah.
at conception. So yeah, no, it's understandable.
It's a shame he never jacked off. That would have solved all our problems.
And
To
we're
be
off to a
fair-
great start.
To be fair, we've been so busy dealing with one threat after another threat, we haven't had a whole lot of downtime. Anytime we do have downtime, what does Varrus do? He makes bombs, ammo, or tries to come up with a new
And,
weapon.
then, and Bones is girl. And Bones.
Well,
is
once he got with
girlfriend.
Mehalia, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He counted on that, and Varrus did not disappoint.
with you guys now being
Welcome
plus
back.
I'm pretty sure Xeric would have been able to know the difference, because he's smart like that. Anyway, so y'all being officially like freaked out, you decide to
Yeah, literally.
you decide to teleport back to Derica, back to the starting point where all this began.
That's right.
Where
That was
then
the first place I thought of.
Yep. Where then you were encountered by Salt and Peppa, who offered to take you. That is where we ended the session. So, you guys are back in Derica. You guys are on your way to meet with Melisera. And Salt and Peppa escort you. I imagine that you guys are pretty somber, like.
Varrus usually tries to at least moving slow. If you look at him, he has that look like he's not really there.
Oh, and
Because
real,
he's not really there.
real quick for the record, Mehalia is not back yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Varrus,
Jet is probably actually in the front, just kind of looking around. It's like,
Yeah.
we're back in
Well,
Derica.
well, you guys
again.
see that Varrus is like sticking to the back,
Yeah,
which is
I'm
like
very
way out of
I'm
character.
actually just gonna go. I'm gonna hang back a little bit and kind of put my arm around Varrus. Be like, dude, I know it seems bleak right now, but we got this.
Uh,
do you want me to play you a song to cheer you up?
yeah. Thank you. It's just like it's a lot to process.
It is,
I mean, I have
which
a-
is why we
I have a
need to
son,
get drunk tonight.
And then all of a sudden,
You know what? That is a wonderful idea. We're gonna to the bar. We're gonna get you smashed.
No, I don't want to get drunk. I have too much on my mind. I need to
Exactly
think.
why you need to get drunk. Kill
I
a
need
few.
to-
of them.
I need to
Ciara
think.
chimes in. He just threw up.
Yeah, and now he needs to
He
get
needs
drunk.
water.
Hair of the dog.
You know
is
what?
he
That sounds
needs.
like a wonderful idea. Okay, where we're going, is there any vendors nearby or anything that I could just get water real quick?
Is there
Yeah,
crime?
yeah. It's
Or
quite
is there like a well I could just dip my water skin
Sure,
in?
yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna go
We'll
dip
get you
my water skin.
hydrated, and then we'll get you
He
fucked up.
drinks from the water skin
Yeah.
and he dips it in again and fills it up and he just pours it on his head.
Hey, make a comment.
Are you serious?
Oh.
No.
What's that?
Oh,
Hold on, you can do it inside.
What's that disease?
I'm gonna inside check the.
Cholera.
Make sure its intentions
Is it cholera? I
are
thought it
well.
was like cysteria or something.
It's cholera.
Well,
Okay.
it turns out they're using lead pipes, so
No, they'd probably be
Lead
using
poisoning.
clay.
Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, you go ahead and rinse off.
Yeah, he's just like that cold water. It hits him hard, and he just shakes his head. And he's literally, if you ever have been in a scenario in your life where you just have a lot on your mind and the wheels are turning like hard,
Yeah, of course.
that's him right now.
Understandable. He kind of got hit with precision mindfuck.
Literally.
Yeah. So, while you're doing that, Salt and Pepper are just looking at each other. They're like, hey, yeah? What's he doing?
Alright.
Take a bath in the middle of the room. Yeah,
Can I borrow you for a second?
sure. Give me 1 second, guys.
Like Varrus is just
I was trying to travel.
out of it. Looks to Elon, he's like,
One of the guys was in the bathroom.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, I'm not advocating for this, but I have a way that we can make it all go away temporarily.
I'm just
I'm not gonna
saying.
get high. I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm not talking about getting high. No.
Alcohol.
And I'm not asking.
No, I wasn't thinking of that.
What
There's no
are
telling.
you thinking then?
Worst case scenario, who did it
I'd
himself?
blast you with a feeble mind. That way you wouldn't have any kind of issues.
No. No. What? Are you serious?
Oh,
Alright, sorry about that.
Elon just suggested to help him be too stupid to worry about anything.
I mean, it'll work.
No, it would work. In game terms, yeah.
In game terms, it would work. So, while you're like, yeah, What's he doing taking a bath like that? Don't know.
He's just gonna sit on the edge of the well or whatever, and just like sit there. It's like sad Keanu look, right?
So sits down next to him, brings out his bagpipes, starts playing a tune similar to Amazing Grace on the
You better.
bagpipes.
Oh,
wow.
okay. Roll performance.
Actually,
While he's playing,
I
Jet
actually
says,
do
"This is
have-
a perfect time. I'm gonna go grab something real quick." He goes to the closest inn, or I guess inn.
first let's roll.
Buy some mead, and brings back some mead for Varrus. Jack Frenneman,
18.
So,
Fuck it.
hold on.
Just drinks it.
But while Trunks' performance is going on, one of the passerbys just drops 10 gold.
10 gold?
By your feet, yeah.
Wow. Like,
Generous.
it's very.
Pretty generous.
I have no concept of how money works in Dungeons and Dragons. I thought 10 was chump change, but apparently not.
Well, like,
You played it really well.
1 copper would be like
Basically,
pretty amazing.
let me just put it this way: 5 silver would be enough to buy a night's worth in a mid-level inn.
Good to know. I'll
1
remember
gold
it.
piece would be like something higher class.
I will remember that for the sequel campaign, which who knows when we'll get to. But
There you
anyway,
go.
currently in this world,
In 2030.
the gold is a plentiful metal.
let's go with that. No, this is just DM doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway,
It's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
proceed. What were you?
I mean, he said,
magical weapons are
fuck it,
cheap.
he drinks some of the meat, but is it like a mug of meat, or did you get a whole, like, how
Oh.
big? What'd you do?
Are we talking like
No, he got a. Let's see. Yeah, he got a picture of mead with a couple of I guess mugs,
Okay.
and
Did you hand Varrus a mug or the pitcher?
a mug
Okay. He drinks the.
because Jet is helping himself to it.
Okay.
He's like, "All right, anyone else want one?"
Oh hell yes!
I'm just gonna be like, save a lot of it for him.
You know what? Trunks pulls out a flask that he has, pours a little bit more in the mug, and it's just straight whiskey. And then he turns to Varrus.
That's good. That's good. That's,
Oh, wow.
damn. It's strong.
Cheers.
Clean. Oh.
Con save.
Yeah.
Actually, no. He's gonna let the poison
Do I get a con
affect
save
him.
too?
Yeah.
He's gonna let the poison try to
Especially
affect him.
you.
Yeah.
You just downed a mug of mead.
Damn, I rolled too
Well,
high.
honestly, if I would have had any more,
Actually, that's your second mug, and you just threw up again. So,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Brother,
how about you threw
He's sipping his.
Not
on?
a freaking 19 on the die. I want to get drunk. Damn it.
Got a 15 total, so
You're okay, but you're feeling it.
Alright, DM.
that's enough for
I've
me.
got a question.
Okay.
I don't want to get shit faced.
I still have the Luna Flora, right?
Well, that's why you need to get fixed. Get it off your mind.
What's up, Elon?
I still have the Luna Flora, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't that do something to help with this current situation?
Theoretically.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
You would have to do some research, but it could possibly help out.
I also don't want to get too wasted because we still need to go find Bart.
So,
Where's Vince?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
What's up, man?
yeah,
I hop back.
You know what? Sorry, legit. Is there any way that I could get to my old enemy?
Teleportation.
teleport's going to be your best way to do so.
I'm gonna kind of nudge.
How many
Uh,
more
There's
was Jet left?
regular, code red, and pineapple.
Weren't we gonna go talk to Melisera real quick?
Yes. I
Okay,
think that
you
was
guys,
the
As soon as he brings up Bart, though.
don't let the dogs out.
2 slots available.
Yeah, 2.
As soon as he
No,
brings,
no, they're back there.
as soon as he brings up Bart,
Television.
Trunks gets back on the
You have to
intercom
teleport
and just says,
back.
"Bart, for the wow, can you pick up the damn phone?
And then I would need a long rest.
Do you even know how to use one of these? I know you didn't have it for long."
Okay. If I'm going to research, I know that you can't tell me exactly how long it would take, but can you give me a ballpark? Like, are we talking days of research?
I mean, this is... What exactly do you want to use it for?
I want to see if we can somehow reverse the Murdocking process.
Murdocking process.
Or, just...
Find a way to separate Xeric from the...
Yeah, wasn't
Morpheus.
Murdoch his NPC?
At the very
Yeah.
least,
Yeah.
assuming you still have the pool, you can teleport there or send to whoever's in charge.
Oh, yeah, I
there,
could.
and just tell them, hey, could you start researching this, and then give them the details.
Yeah.
And also,
What?
wasn't
Huh? Oh, here.
So,
That's fine. Sorry.
and also wasn't there talks about talking with Zero? Actually, I think Zero would be better to talk with than Melisera, to be honest.
right. Well,
I mean, what
are you trying to do exactly?
Melisera is, we're talking to her because we're here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
we need to talk to Zira,
all
and
I'm-
we need...
All I'm
Well,
trying to find out
Zera's
is...
going to be in Gorn still.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to figure out is just whether I could get started on the research, or if I need to be there myself.
No.
What would happen?
Wait till we talk to Zira.
Okay.
Because we're going to want to bring Zira to your academy with her client, I guess her
Her
associates
Right.
and her colleagues.
Okay.
And anyone else that would be... Yeah, we'll have to go find out who else could help with this endeavor. Have them meet at your academy and get them started on that
I
project.
mean, Varrus has the highest intelligence out of all of us. He should probably be involved in, and it also directly affects him. He should probably be involved.
Technically, is teleport a warlock spell?
No,
Doubtful.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but let me just double check. I could always just buy a scroll of teleport, right?
yeah, but it
Yeah.
would have to be Jed who uses it.
It has to be Jed who uses it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to rely on Jet.
Jed, go.
Don't worry.
Jesus.
You can rely on
Trying to
Jesus.
process
You can count him.
What's to do with Morpheus?
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
you know what I
Yeah,
think
we're
of
still
when I
there,
hear
but-
that?
Let Jet be
Because-
We're trying to process and we're
your
gonna
spiritual
be-
guru.
Because all I hear is JJ the jet plane.
JJ the jet plane will fly you to heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So,
we got a thing going here now.
So, as you guys are discussing the possibilities of maybe potentially using the Luna Flora for something, you guys eventually Salt and Pepper eventually take you to Melisera's office.
Varrus is just, he's literally in the back of the group, kind of just trudging along.
Oh, this is a surprise. I thought you guys were going to Gorin. Did everything go okay in Gorin?
I
don't
it's
know.
a long story. Where do we start?
That's up to you. You're the one. You're the storyteller right now.
Since when does
So
everything
Gorin-
go always okay?
That's a good point.
That's when we went to
we
go
dealt
fight
with
the
Feynman.
ultimate evil, right?
Yeah, we killed Feynman.
Feynman, yeah. We defeated him. It wasn't easy. There was
Gorn was on the way to.
Gorin was after.
Yeah, Gorn was
Gorin was after you guys dealt with famine.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Or
was
where
a
the
bit-
marshals are.
yeah,
Yeah.
Marshall's.
Marshall. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember off the top of my head what I named the village where you guys fought famine. So yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Feynman was on the way, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, once we finally got to Gordon, we met some very, very important people that
The marshals.
yes, the marshals and their leader who
Right.
helped Bart in a very, very noble way. She sacrificed herself so that Bart may receive some powers that will help us in fighting, well, anyone really, but
That's good to hear.
and after that, we got involved with a time-traveling madman who uses beholders as, I guess, extensions of himself, and
Like pawns.
Puppets.
puppets, and he
That sounds like some pretty crazy magic he's throwing around.
it gets better.
That's
so-
nice.
So we eventually had to fight this, or face him to fight him, and when we finally do, he drops his bombshell on us.
It's a bombshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That basically the this bad guy that we're fighting.
You sound like you're having a hard time putting it to words.
Yeah.
Supposedly, it's extremely convoluted and crazy.
You guys been drinking?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I still have some meat. You want?
Not while I'm on the job. Plus, I don't think Farrah would take too kindly to that. Anyway,
Fair enough.
Who's fair?
my wife.
Oh,
Yeah, she's nice.
Who's this one?
That's Trunks.
I'm Trunks.
He's our newest member.
Nice to meet you, Trunks.
Meet you.
She shakes your hand. It's like some tiny hand inside of a locks it on hand.
Yeah, sorry that Bart couldn't be here. He's busy chasing a vampire.
Yeah. Well,
Okay then. Yeah, it sounds like some shit.
yeah, that's putting it very mild.
If I didn't know you, I would say you were lying about half of this, but
Honestly, I wish I was.
It
yeah,
would make things a lot simpler.
yeah, I imagine that.
What time of day is it, by the way?
When do the pubs open up?
You guys went to the train in the morning, then you went to Beso Tower in the afternoon. So
Well,
yeah,
we did
probably
tell-
late afternoon.
Yeah, we did teleport from one part of the world to another too.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Well, one side of the
Yeah.
continent to the next.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you went from the north of the continent to the south.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I just want to make a point real quick.
What's that?
So, under teleportation circle, that's a 5th level warlock spell.
Right.
It says many major temples, guilds, and other important places have permanent teleportation circles inscribed somewhere within their
Would
confines.
make sense that an
Would it
academy,
make sense it
academy
might-
would
yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, I can cast that spell and go
Yeah.
back. Okay, awesome.
Congratulations.
Especially since it's a warlock spell. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
It's a school of warlocks.
And since we don't have to pay for magic spells,
Yeah, we don't.
we're good.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. You guys can go there whenever you want.
That sounds pretty cool.
As long as you make the scrolls.
Well,
I can make like 8, 9 a day.
I sincerely wish that there was something I could do to help, but I genuinely don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
I don't honestly think there's anything you can do, and I have no idea what the hell we're gonna do.
But it has to be.
I haven't even told
level.
Mehalia yet. She's pregnant.
Well,
Yeah, there's a future Morpheus in there.
under normal circumstances, I would say congratulations, but if
Yeah, where is she?
if this Morpheus is telling the truth,
She's in the void.
Yeah, that void has been pretty pin.
gets worse. Received a report just yesterday about another town that went missing into the void.
The whole town?
Void giants.
Wow.
Oh,
A lot of them.
man.
At least 10.
She's probably getting
Yikes.
Wow. 10 towns?
No,
The
10.
void giant.
Oh.
In one town.
Shoot.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that they're concentrating their efforts. Going after certain towns and certain locations all at once rather than,
Well,
or in
Here's
large groups at least.
here's a dumb idea. You want to meet Endymion? We find one of these towns and get our asses caught.
You know, that's not too bad of an idea. You guys want to find Endymion?
That's one idea we thought about, probably.
Can we just have my academy
Wait a
start
minute.
researching it first? Just to make sure that we exhaust all options?
I'm fine with that too.
was it Ciara? That's who's been with us?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She can teleport herself. Can she take anyone else with her?
She could theoretically. So, well, do you actually ask her that?
Yeah, she's
It'll
with
be
us,
easier.
right?
Yeah. It'll be easier
Ciara.
just to.
So you close with Endymion. He made the boy giants. They're good at teleporting people to and from his plane. And I noticed you and your other sisters can teleport. Just as easily. Can you take people as well?
Yeah. I could take you right to him, to be honest.
Like, how many of us?
There's our answer right
direct
there.
to her, excuse me.
How many of us? All of us?
All of you. But, stepping into the void, it's not exactly a clear shot. We could end up there. We could end up somewhere entirely different.
Okay.
We would have to navigate, and trust me, the void is not that safe a place.
We should,
Hey, it's like the abyss.
yeah, we
So
should
that's something we
probably
need to
rest
be ready for.
first.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you blew a spell to get here. I would rather we're all...
Honestly, if we go into the void, I prefer that we go in fully prepared.
I agree.
Before we go to the void, we need to get Tira working with his academy and anyone else that can be put on this task of separating and binding, guarding a mind.
Alright, did y'all want to talk to Phoenix too, didn't you?
Demorphing it.
There's that too.
That's what we want to call it. Demorph it.
And honestly, if there's a moment I want to go over some things myself.
Okay.
Some things that only me and Jet know about, but I have my journal that's still the same.
Whatever
Jet.
you need, Varrus.
Jet is my best friend.
Is there a with my comms? Can I hit my academy?
They go to com.
They go com to com,
Just
yeah.
com.
Yeah, just com. If you wanted, we could all go to your academy tonight and rest there.
Yeah.
You have a library there, right?
Oh yeah.
Good. I think we should take advantage of that.
Cool.
Well, I do have 2 teleports. We can see Zira first and then go.
Yeah.
That's true, you're right.
That way you can actually take Zero with sorry, DM
Yeah.
talking. That way you can actually take Zero with
and
you.
My teleport is a circle, so it's whoever wants to step in.
It does have a limit, I think 10 people. But
It actually doesn't say.
Well, if he's got more than one scroll, it doesn't matter anyway.
That's
true.
if Zero can
So,
start-
okay, you're saying we go to see Zira today, right now,
Yeah.
and then after that we go back to Nocton to his academy.
Yeah.
Okay, so legit. As you cast a spell, you draw a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground inscribed with sigils that link your location to a permanent teleportation circle. A portal opens within the circle you draw, remains open until the end of your next turn. Any creature that enters the portal instantly appears within 5 feet of the destination
I
circle.
guess in theory it's unlimited.
So as many that can fit in there within 1 round, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically anybody that has their turn before him.
Yeah.
So
So I can
That's
always just say,
I can-
I take.
like in like mechanically speaking, it's like 100 people have their after him.
It's like initiative.
So it's just kinda like-
It's
so it's
like-
kinda like-
balance. You squeeze the 30.
The scientist that was working
Oh, throwing
locally.
it out there. Does Goran have any teleportation circles that you know of?
No, probably not.
I imagine only like really.
Well, no, it's the HUD for the Marcos Marshals, so yeah, they probably do.
Alright, but if they do, I have to spend a minute studying their teleportation circle,
Okay, then
Which-
you can study it while
which
we're
I
there.
wouldn't have known.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known, so
Well-
just use teleportation.
Yeah, if we use teleportation, you can have the option to do it while we're recruiting the
Well, later we can always use this later.
yeah. That's,
All right,
Okay.
I'm ready whenever you all are.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say it's been a real honor. I've read all things about you in the newspaper of your part in against those plant bastards.
Thank you.
And yeah, hope to be working with you again in the future.
Now, real quick, you guys are looking to employ scientifically gifted people, yeah?
That is correct.
Yes.
Scientifically magical.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you have any suggestions?
Yes, I do. Farrah,
Ah!
if you give me just 10 minutes, I can go and ask her and see if she's willing to help.
That would be wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All the
Of course.
smart people.
No, of course, it's the very least I could do for all the help that you guys gave earlier.
Do you have somewhere quiet that I can just go sit down for like that 10 minutes?
There is a waiting office next door.
Mind if I use it? So Varrus will go in there by himself, and as long as nobody bothers him. And he will sit at the desk, if there's a desk,
Yeah.
and he's going to bust out his journal. And he's going to start at the very beginning and flip through everything. He's looking for specific things.
Okay, real quick. Melisara closes the door for you. She tells the others, it's probably best to give him some privacy. In the meanwhile, if you want to make yourselves at home, I will be right back.
Are we sure that...
Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who Farah is.
Farrah is Melisara's wife.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The what used to be Mystic.
Yeah, she
Before
was a
before
Mystic.
we
Before they got
decided
rid
to
of
drop
Mystic.
Mystic, yeah.
Sweet.
So, yeah, she's smart cookie.
So, what if, like, what if Nigmata just goes in there and decides to screw with Varrus in his isolation?
We'll find out.
Yeah. At this point, like, you guys are all aware that he can do that. So, Varrus is also aware that he can do that. So, you guys probably just assume that he's prepared to deal with it in case it actually happens. Makes sense to me, anyway.
Yeah.
So Farrah leaves. And Varrus, what exactly are you looking for in your journal?
He's trying to figure out a way to fix everything. So he's going back through what he's experienced mostly in this timeline. I'm sorry, not just in this timeline, but in the previous timeline. Because the journal carried over.
Right.
So he has information from the previous timeline and this current timeline. He comes to a point because he's trying to figure out in his mind, how can he stop Morpheus from coming into existence?
Mm-hmm.
How can he save his child? And Zurich not doing what he did. And then he remembers something.
Uh-huh.
He remembers the one thing that changed everything.
Uh-huh.
And he goes back to his journal part where they arrived in Nocton.
Uh-huh.
And he reviews what they did in Nocton. And he finds the single point that he thought of. Or the single point that he was looking for.
Uh-huh.
And I would say probably like almost 10 minutes is getting to that point. He just busts through the door. Jet! I got it.
What is it, Varrus?
I know what we need to do. We need to go back to the other timeline. If we can talk to Endymion, who is this powerful mage, right? She's the most powerful mage in the world. If we talk to Endymion, and we get her to work with us, if we can somehow go back to that timeline, I know exactly what we need to do. The deck of many things. This all happened because Mehalia pulled the card. If we go back to the point where no one pulls the single card, and we take that deck and we throw that bitch in the volcano.
Like I suggested we do to begin with.
You're right.
Just listen to me.
You're right.
That's why y'all are best friends.
You're right.
Jet immediately feels completely justified with all of his times of turning down the deck of many things.
Let's face it, this is not just Jed, it's canon in general.
Yeah, it is.
If we would have listened to you, none of this would have happened. But if we go find a way to get back to that single point in our timeline, in our original timeline, where we don't let anyone pull from the deck of many things, that card would never have been drawn.
You see,
Whenever
this
we
is why
confront Zurich, he would have never gotten that card and changed the entire timeline.
this is why
Never happened.
y'all need Jesus.
I'm fine about things. Buddha.
So
Right.
if we can fix that, this would never have
I
happened.
got Carl Sagan.
Morpheus wouldn't exist because Zurich would never have changed the timeline. we would still be dealing with the original Endymion, not this separate, complete timeline. It's like think of it like this: there's a line, right? And then when we fucked that up, it changed things. And then when he got the card, we have a new line.
But it's better.
Right.
Let's get all of the Celestial Swords here and now.
Right.
That
That's
way
a good
when we
idea.
go back,
We can stop that from happening.
and we'll be
Kill
prepared.
Endymion.
Endymion and Nigmata.
I'm so confused.
Look,
Real
okay.
quick, DM note, real quick. There is no guarantee that if you get the Celestial Swords in this timeline, that you'll have them when you return to that one.
Oh, okay. Well,
In fact, if you go back to that point in time,
Well,
that was before Jet got the Dreamscape.
that's
yeah,
true.
it was.
So you guys will be
So I would
from
remind
3
him.
Celestial Swords to 0.
I would remind him that this is before a lot of things that happened.
That's
Yeah.
true.
If we never drew from the deck of many things, it wouldn't just be the Fate card that's out of play. Everything that came from that is out of play. In other words, Zurich would have no way of changing the past. He couldn't stop Endymion from dying, and even when he did, he didn't know that Endymion, he couldn't stop Endymion's lover from dying. Remember, Nigmata killed her. But when he changed the timeline, Nigmata killed the Endymion that we knew, the man, and his lover becomes the new Endymion. So Endymion is inevitable if you think about it.
True.
No matter which way it goes, it's going to happen.
True.
That seems like
Unless-
kind of shit.
Unless there was a way for us to,
So
all of
it's
us,
just a freak
go
kind of
back
shit.
at that point and stop Nigmata from doing that. But I don't think that's possible.
Well, we have to figure out how to go back in time to begin with.
Which is why I think we might need Endymion's help. If we ally with current Endymion,
I'm just throwing this out there. You're talking about going back in time.
right,
Doesn't Bart have the Celestial Time Sword?
That's right.
that's true. But I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can make someone go back in time.
Well,
I'm
we
just
would,
saying
we
if
would
it did-
need probably more Celestial Swords
just throwing
together before
Not
Bart
just
would have
not
that
just
power to
that, but
begin
I'm
with.
just throwing this out
Possible.
there. If Endymion for some reason can't help us, well, you know who that we might have to kill first was able to go back in time with that Celestial Sword.
Ciara also chimes in real quick. Plus, from what you were saying, this Trunks didn't exist in that timeline.
He did.
I
He was
did.
just different.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is this exact one.
Right.
So that means that he's not going with us.
He's not.
I won't be going with you.
You won't.
From the sounds of things, only you two will be going back.
Only me and Jet, who have been to the previous timeline, would go back.
Right.
And we would know everything that happened in this timeline.
May I
In other
please
words, it's like
interject?
if we go. What?
Just really quickly, I guess Elon just starts scrolling, prestidigitation, like kind of like a whiteboard in the air.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Look,
Do you need
Let's
a pencil
say-
and paper?
yeah,
Welcome to timeline stuff.
It's timeline fuckery.
This is why Rick and Morty dropped
Right.
time travel.
so
This is why
legit.
time travel's not gonna
If
feature
this
in my
is
game.
the point, then we go back in time, right?
Right.
This is the present, right here.
That's our current.
Right.
Right.
So you're saying that legitimately this is where everything branched off.
And no.
This was your original timeline.
That was our original timeline, and
This
there's a
is
single
where-
moment
Right.
when we faced Zurich in the original timeline. He took Mehalia's fate card from the deck of many things
Right.
and changed the timeline, but he didn't know that it was going to result in this current timeline. It
But-
branched off.
If you go here, if you go back to this doesn't immediately become your future. You actually create a third line.
Well, I can deal with the third line where my kid doesn't, turn out to be an evil monster.
Well, I think what he's saying
Jet
is
might
that
not exist. You might not exist.
Also,
like,
I'm thinking
everything is
he's.
just
I think
gone.
he's also saying that like this second line where your kid does become a monster will still exist. It's just you're splitting off to a third.
It's not
one.
changing anything. All it is changing to a different timeline.
You know, it just comes down to saying he's coming back to keep us from doing this, but
And sorry, Mage, who runs an academy,
Yeah,
kind of knows how things go.
do you?
I actually have a debate against that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, what's the debate?
So,
I mean, it seems like an insane good idea,
Well-
but when you put it that way,
well, here's where I'm coming from with this.
We're all just prestidigitation.
Right now, there's no way to prove that you guys came to this timeline. There's no way to prove that the timeline that you guys originally came from still exists. It could have disappeared entirely. Branching timelines.
But if it did disappear, why do I have proof of it still?
Varian.
It's right here.
True, but
Everything that happened in our original timeline is still in this journal, on top of everything that's happened here.
I guess that is true. But theoretically speaking, if you go back in time before Zurich pulls the fate card, like you said, then that, technically speaking, could eradicate this timeline. Could. We would need somebody that's actually an expert in the field of time in order to do that.
Now,
in order to determine.
Is there anyone who is?
Zurich?
All right.
Not Zurich.
Not Morpheus. Let's not talk to Morpheus.
What about Endymion? If we run this by, because let's know what we know. In the future, we know 9 years from now, Jet kills Nigmata. That means here and Morpheus already said we kill Endymion. Endymion's going to lose. We succeed. What?
I legitimately feel like we're in a room full of professors and like we're just debating about what's
Here's an
going on.
idea. We find a high-ranking cleric of the Time God. Have him cast commune.
Okay.
Pay him to
Yeah,
cast
whatever the hell's going
commune,
on.
and we ask him
It's understandable.
questions.
That's fine.
We have him ask the questions to the Time God, and the Time God can just answer us directly.
I can't even take you seriously if you're going to be using things like time gods
Whoa, I
for
forgot his fucking
questions
name.
and answers.
That would be Roku.
Roku.
Okay. One that might work.
Well, if you're talking about we're looking for an expert of time, who else is the
Actually-
controller of time?
Actually, you want the honest truth?
Yeah.
Trunks might be right.
What?
Thank you.
I know. Weird, but he might be right about that.
Out of
Yeah.
character.
I'm just saying,
Out of
do you
character.
want to?
Timelines
Okay.
are totally
Hold on.
messy.
So there's a contact other plane ritual.
Uh-huh.
I think that's just a souped up version of commune. Because it involves with other planes. Like,
In theory, you're asking in theory, could it allow you to speak with the gods?
right.
Go look up the spell.
I'm gonna look up the spell.
Yeah, and get the specs on it. But
Well,
I'm just saying, if you're talking about having an expert on time, Roku is the god of time.
No, I get that. I get it. And that could be a legitimately good option. Instead of trying to make peace with the Endymion who wants to kill us.
Actually, we kind of already do have an expert in time and everything.
Who?
Nigmata.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't
Nigmata,
trust that son of
feel
a bitch.
free to chime in anytime.
I mean, at this point, we can at least hear him out just to see what he says.
I wouldn't trust
You
him
really want to
regardless of
talk
what he
to
said.
an insane god who's evil
I
and
didn't say
ate
anything about wanting to.
and ate
Both
his
my
mentor and
I'm
his
both-
father.
I'm just saying,
Nigmata ate my daddy. And
I understand that.
But
But
he didn't. Yeah, this is the first time I'm telling. Oh yeah, no, you're CR.
I understand
I
that.
thought you were Mel Sarah for a
It's
second.
fine. All my female voices are the same. I
okay, it's not
understand
easy.
that. But what I'm saying is, it's better to play all of our options.
I would rather talk to the god of time first before talking to Nigmata.
Understandable. Yeah.
You ready for the spell
Yeah,
description?
go for it.
Okay. So you mentally contact a demigod, the spirit of a long dead sage, or some other mysterious entity from another plane. Contacting this extraplanar intelligence can strain or even break your mind. When you cast this spell, make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. On a failure, you take 66 psychic damage and are insane until you finish a long rest.
Oh shit.
While insane, you can't take actions, can't understand what other creatures say, can't read, and can only speak in gibberish.
Part of me really hopes.
A greater
You
restoration
failed that.
spell
Is-
cast on you will end this effect.
Is that all?
On a successful save, you can ask the entity up to 5 questions. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. The DM answers each question with one word, such as yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear.
Okay.
It doesn't
Magic
sound
ball.
much better than sending.
Let's see. The entity doesn't know the
You can
answer.
actually talk to a god.
If the entity
sending
doesn't
pretty
know the
much has,
answer
like
to
the
the
same
question.
limits,
Okay,
except you don't
yeah.
like
Yeah.
have the risk of going the same.
If a one-word answer would
Well,
be
they all have to be
misleading,
yes or no questions too.
the DM may instead offer a short phrase as an answer.
Okay.
So this technically wouldn't this allow me to like contact Endymion
Roku.
or any of the gods, for instance?
Theoretically speaking.
Okay. So is it okay if you allow this spell for those particular instances?
What type of spell? Like what?
It's a 5th level divination ritual. Yeah.
And
Ritual.
what classes can cast it?
Warlocks and wizards.
Well, he's a bard, but
He is a bard.
I'm a bard.
Jet's a bard, but you
I
guys
also-
have a warlock.
I did take the
What level is it? 5th?
ritual magic
Oh,
feat.
so
And,
yeah, you
and
could.
I did it with wizard, so I can cast
you
this
can
as a
cast
ritual.
it. Yeah.
Can you cast? So I took.
I will say,
now that is one benefit is that sending is a cleric spell.
Roll
This is
me
probably the
Arcana.
wizard's option.
and we'll see if Jet knows about this ritual.
If he doesn't, I can still do it.
Technically.
If you, in fact, if you want to assist him and give him advantage,
Yeah, straight up.
or whichever you wants to roll it, it's fine. I don't
Oh,
care.
okay. Well, yeah, I'll give you advantage.
I'll take advantage. All right, I rolled pretty good the first time actually.
Nice.
I like.
I kind of hope.
No, okay. Like
22.
Literally, I stayed up like almost one night. I couldn't sleep. I was just trying to think of how we're gonna fix this.
I'm glad that I affected you that badly.
Yeah, you asshole.
Oh my.
Like you,
Now you know what it feels like.
like you said, revenge.
Yep.
Yeah, it literally was revenge.
So
Now,
okay, all right. I would imagine that you've probably read up on it somewhere. You're not super keen on like how it works, but you have a pretty strong idea of how it does.
All right,
So you could you feel relatively confident that you could cast it.
all right. Well, you see, guys, a while back when I was rummaging through we'll just say Elon's tower. I did manage to find a dusty scroll with this spell about contacting someone from other planes. I wrote it down in my book. I've never used it before, but maybe we could use it to contact other. We can contact maybe even Nick Botta directly. if
Okay,
we
no.
wanted to.
Personally, I know you don't trust Nigmata either. Now we don't know this other god. What was his name? Roku.
I honestly I didn't know Nigmata was a dick until I ran into y'all.
I
That's
say
true,
if we're gonna contact someone, let's try at least the god of time first.
And
Go to
Roku
the
could, be
direct
a,
source.
Roku could be a bigger dick. What animal is Roku again?
A basilisk.
Are you sure he's not a stick?
Huh? Sure is not what?
A stick in the mud.
Oh, come on. No, he's like the Roku stick.
Oh,
Oh.
Wow, dude.
that was wow. That
Wow.
was wow.
That was pretty
Come on,
good.
Chris.
And I disagree.
So do I.
He's a
how,
bastard.
how does the Joker put it? If you have to explain the joke, then it's what? Then it's
It's not
not
fair.
fair.
I don't know. I didn't have to explain the joke. They did, and they got it.
If the joke has to be explained, then it's not a good joke.
If you want my opinion, Jet,
It was a good
try it
enough.
and try
Whatever.
contacting the god of time. If that fails, I would rather go to Endymion instead of Nigmata because Nigmata did just kill Bart's daddy.
Yeah.
And Trunks' daddy.
I agree. He's a dick.
problem-
I'm just throwing this out here though. Nigmata's a snake, right? Roku's
Yeah.
a basilisk, right?
Sure.
They're both
I
fucking.
guess.
They're both lizards,
So
Both reptiles.
or both reptiles.
Both cold and feeling
Mahalia's a
reptiles.
dragonborn and she's
And
not
one
here
of
yet.
them, and one of
Just
them's
saying.
based off of a creature that kills you with a stare.
Well,
you know what a basilisk is?
one of them.
I'm just saying.
One
It's
of
worth a
them has literally fucked up our lives.
Yeah,
I agree.
The other one has
Not
left us the
left
fuck
us- yeah,
alone.
Well, actually,
That's a valid point.
actually, what you recall, Jet, is that you guys had a brief contact with Roku in the previous timeline. Well, it was one of you. I don't remember which one, but it was when Nigmata was having his sort of identity crisis situation. You guys were trying to break out of the dreamscape and like kind of.
Was that Roku?
Inadvertently.
No, that was what's his face, the Void guy.
That was Roku.
Really?
Wow.
I thought it was. I thought he also Ace Minashi was.
I talked to Ace.
You've talked to Ace Minashi,
okay.
but there was a brief moment where you spoke with Roku.
Oh.
He warned you guys about not doing something. I don't remember what, but
That's right. But it didn't matter anyway because everything got changed.
right.
Yeah.
But you could theorize that whichever one of you it was, I don't remember which because you were both in different parties at the time. You could theorize that if he was willing to warn you guys about the concept of breaking reality, then he's probably trustworthy. He's at least more trustworthy than Nigmata at this point.
It's worth a shot.
Well, hey.
It
But, you know-
probably also shows that we've already tried it and may have screwed up, and that's why he was warning us to begin
It's
with.
just like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Well,
That's also possible, I suppose. But
So are you
honestly,
gonna try
we
talking
have.
with him?
But yeah, let's do it. Let's put him on the
Roll
Why
that
Mahalia is
save.
the
not
scribe
here?
here.
How long does it take for you to cast that?
10 minutes and
10 minutes as a ritual, yes.
Right as soon as you guys come up to that conclusion, Mehalia shows up.
Oh,
Hey, Mo, how
Where
are
did I
you?
show up from? I just like get thrown into the mix.
Congratulations, you're
The
pregnant.
void literally spits you out.
Congratulations, you're pregnant with a demon baby.
Oh.
really,
Oh,
Trunks?
oh.
I
Just
thought
gonna
you
drop
should
it like that.
I thought you should know.
Ciara, like right when you say that, Ciara literally elbows you in the gut.
Okay,
Like, okay, I'm rolling damage for
Trunks,
that.
Trunks,
Because that was a hard blow.
let me introduce you to something to...
That's 6 damage. Eat it.
Introduce her to something called breaking it to someone
6.
gently.
Bedside manner. Bedside manner.
Mahalia,
Oh.
My love, I'm glad
We-
you're
we
back.
have some
but we
news for you.
Yeah, we gotta
Have
talk.
you been
Guys?
drinking?
Maybe
Yes.
we should let them talk about
oh,
this.
fair enough.
Let's go in the
How
other
about
room.
you go and do your
As for
ritual?
you,
All right,
Give me
I'm gonna
9
go
minutes.
commune with the
9
time god,
minutes?
with Roku.
I'll pull Mahalia next to me and I'll say, come join me in the other room. We
While
have
they're
to talk.
doing this, I am legitimately studying the teleport circle sigils, just
in
tuning
case.
this all out.
She
Gotcha.
hits fucking hard. Does she have ranks in monk?
And I will, I'll break
I rolled
down,
max damage
I'm gonna break down
on a
real
D6 just because I hate you.
Oh,
I'm gonna break down everything. Like, from what happened to Varian on the train, how he died.
It's not 10
How that led
minutes.
to-
It's not gonna-
That's gonna take more than 10 minutes.
No, I'm gonna go on a rant. You know, I'm just gonna go on a rant. I'm gonna be like, this is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm just gonna explain
So you
everything.
see him like frantically trying to explain all this
Like
to
smoke
you.
coming out of my ears.
Yeah, like
just like throw up garble.
he's garbling. He's just like word barfing right now.
There you
Just
go,
like
barking. That's the word I was looking for.
And then
So
Morpheus
barfing
turns
up
out
words,
to
that's
be
it.
evil, and he's our kid from the future. He comes back to kill us, and Zurich's actually inside him. When Zurich pulled the card from you
Did
and
you
the
find
other
this out
time,
before you started drinking?
yes, this is why I'm
Are
drinking.
you sure?
This is why I'm
Okay,
drinking.
I'm just making sure.
In other words, the baby inside you, it's
Twitch.
our baby.
Do not call our baby a demon child.
Well, I didn't say that, Trunks did. But the reality is,
I'll take care of him.
there is a small little tadpole inside that baby that will infect his mind and turn him into an
You don't
evil
believe
creature.
everything.
No, it's true.
No.
It's definitely true.
I'm not on Twitch.
I'm pretty good at reading people. He didn't lie to me.
Okay, so what is the solution?
The solution is we're going to talk to the God of Time, and I figured out at one point in time that me and Jet can go back and change everything, but there is a consequence.
yeah, no, we
The
decided we're not
consequence
doing
is
that.
if this works, you
Chris
and I
literally
will
had
get
me
together.
face palming with some of his suggestions before we even started recording because he's a dick like that.
If this
Not
works,
really.
Oh no, I'm a dick.
in the other timeline, you and I hadn't gotten together yet. I mean, I did like you a lot, but I hadn't actually, tried the effort to get us together. But doesn't matter. I love you now, and even if we go successfully into the other timeline, I'll make you fall in love with me again. I promise that.
I don't believe that.
I know you don't believe it, and I don't blame you
This
for not
conversation
believing
is
it.
happening right now.
It could be like Spider-Man.
Oh, it's been about.
I don't
No,
like
it's not
that.
gonna be that. I
15
understand
minutes.
you don't
Took
believe
it
it,
that much
and I
time.
understand that this sounds beyond insane.
I mean, yeah, it probably would be longer, but I'm saying
But
15 minutes.
think of it this way:
Okay,
Morpheus
I came
told
back from
us.
Mars.
Yeah, but-
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Go ahead.
Morpheus told us that even when we kill
I was
Endymion,
about to mention
he will
the,
kill us
awesome,
after
like a-
we have all the celestial
Awesome boobs.
swords,
Oh, yeah.
take the swords
Alive.
from us, and kill all the gods and take over the
Sounds like
world.
everyone's
I mean,
needed.
that's his plan.
So,
He told us his whole plan because he doesn't think there's anything that we can do to stop him. But I remember that there's a point in our old previous timeline that we can stop him from enacting his plan. And if it works,
But that's what he would need to be.
the crisis is averted, literally. But
Well,
Everything
they
would be
need the
averted.
cantrip
Life
in
would
order
be
to
averted.
absorb
Yeah.
if you and I get
You
together
know,
hypothetically in the other
can't give it
timeline,
to
we can
someone
still
else.
have a
You
child
can
and no
take a
evil,
memory
crazy,
from anyone,
Yeah.
got a
but
mind
only
flayer.
No evil tadpole.
No evil mind
people with
flayer
the
will
cantrip can
threaten
read
our
it.
child.
How do you know
evil
this was
froggy.
supposed to be the good timeline? Y'all came
That's
from
right,
this
that's
other
what-
timeline where
when
you were
we're
this
first
asshole
using
and
it.
everybody
I
else
wasn't
there.
that much of an asshole at first. Oh, well, okay, at first I was. It's true. I had a hard
And
life.
now you have this
So
other
if you have
timeline,
the
so what makes you
cantrip,
think going to an
then
alternate
you can
timeline is
share
going to fix
thoughts.
anything?
Be
That's just
hilarious.
stupid talk.
Well, the other
Imagine
only other
something
idea
absurd.
that we had was
Pass
we
it like
ally with
notes in
Endymion,
class.
and if Endymion allies with us,
Technically, we can
maybe he can help us
switch
change
spells
things.
like that.
if that doesn't work,
That would be
I don't want to hurt the
Then-
child. I don't
You're
want
not
anyone.
going to.
I'm not going to.
Y'all can do it over my dead body.
But there is also a potential possibility if we can create a device that when the child's born suppresses the evil mind of Zurich. It would be something like a circlet that that child would have to wear for the rest of his or her, sorry, the rest of his life.
This sounds like a pretty good concept for like a standalone story. It really
Um,
does.
He'd have to wear that for the rest of his life. If he took it off, there's a risk that he would be taken over by this evil
Hell yeah.
entity.
I'm proud of myself at this one.
So
did good.
it's either we
Thank
go
you.
back in time and fix the timeline and everything gets corrected, or we run the risk of having a child who is born into the world who has an evil entity inside of him. Now, if we suppress it, that's fine. But if any moment it's not suppressed, then we have allowed an evil to be entered into this world.
Thank you, sir.
So we're just talking about options. It's either go into the timeline or try and create something that will
How do you eat these anyway?
You can eat them whole.
You just eat them like. Oh,
suppress Zurich's mind.
How drunk am I?
No,
you
you-
can always just.
You probably don't
feed
believe
them,
me. I
right?
understand.
a couple
That's fine.
This is crazy talk.
I understand. You, I wish you were there.
I
I wish you could have heard it yourself.
I almost got a feeble mind,
Actually,
but I got mind
Two
blown.
I am
jar
this is part of
drinks.
the thing to kill the
But they
child
cost
off.
me this, let me know, and I think it
Only
was
for-
I got feeble
That's
because
gonna
I don't
affect
have
the
access
future.
to mind blowing.
So why aren't they just telling you to go ahead and just kill the child off now?
probably.
well,
Get rid of
nobody's
it.
nobody's talking about killing a child.
Sure.
Point goal.
We're talking about going
Maybe
back
to,
into
I-
a previous
I-
our original timeline and
I
changing
never seen anything.
Actually.
changing things. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want. I don't.
Drunk.
I don't want to kill
I'm
the
drunk.
child. believe me.
Alright, so hold
I
on.
mean, he is my
Very
son.
drunk.
It's
We'll
just
get to
it's
the
my
inside
son
of
with
it.
an evil entity in him, which
Real quick,
we need to fix.
so that I'm aware. Technically, conceived demon baby, has absolutely no stats. So it is in the ephemeral, right?
Yeah.
Which means that in
I mean,
theory-
theoretically, remember,
Yeah.
Zurich was a powerful mind flayer.
I understand that, but even as like a little tadpole, it wouldn't have that.
It's
thing,
possible that
right?
his powers were suppressed.
Yeah, couldn't we just like feeble mind it?
No, honestly, I have no idea.
You could, but you could possibly end up damaging the kid also,
Or the mother.
or the mother.
I don't want. If you ran that by Varrus and Mehalia, that's like a no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Either we change the timeline, or we create an item
well,
to have the kid wear all the time.
It's gonna look something, but I don't remember what it was.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I have remaining stuff left over from Sin. A bunch of like rare stuff.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Could we... Okay, this is gonna sound like big dum dum, so I apologize.
Potential trigger warning.
No, not potential trigger warning. But what I want to know is, could you, in theory, and this is just complete.
Just ask.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Could we have a necklace or something, or like a What would you
Like
think?
it would probably be best if it's directly on the head.
Yeah, okay, like
a
a circlet
circlet
or something.
A circlet.
Could we have a circlet that would have a constant detect thoughts and a constant feeble mind for a mind flayer?
Well,
It would basically fall in line with what Varrus was suggesting, a device that keeps Zurich in check.
Yeah, exactly.
the problem is, unless you can isolate a specific consciousness, it would
Affect both.
It would, yeah, it would affect both. It would feeble mind.
That is to say, if Zurich's
entire
consciousness doesn't just override it from the get-go.
Right.
If Zurich's consciousness is the only one that ever existed while Varian was being formed in the womb, then maybe. But, like, you basically turn him into feeble-minded, like, period, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but better than destroying the world, right?
I mean,
I don't think that's fair. The child didn't do anything wrong.
oh boy, we're getting into some...
That's
We're getting into some...
was.
We're getting into some...
Okay.
Whew.
While the child didn't do anything wrong, it would give us more time
What have I done?
to deal with the potential issue. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that
I know.
correct?
I know, I deserve it.
Well,
Okay.
technically, right now we have time while the child is still
All right,
being
so-
formed.
Right.
I'm
Okay,
gonna say that 8 minutes have passed. Actually, let's say 9.
Gotcha.
You're about half a minute away from completing the ritual at this point.
All right. So what Jet has done is set up a nice little space, and has changed his clothes and his appearance to appear of that a cleric of Roku. So complete robes, and he takes on this like old wizened man.
That's because a deity won't be able to tell the difference.
And,
Especially the deity of time.
and so he's got incense out and candles and
Wow.
chalks like forming the symbols of Roku.
Really?
Yeah, it's the ritual.
You're going hardcore, apparently.
That's how you do
Yeah.
rituals.
They do rituals.
Yeah, I guess so.
And he's
Oh yeah, by the way,
speaking the hymns of Roku.
So literally, it's like the blowfish in one hand and you go 5 feet out,
Wow.
drop it on one leg.
oh man. So
Racist son of a bitch.
He said it.
Blame Jackie Chan. Blame Jackie Chan Adventures, man.
yeah, no.
Hey,
right.
Jackie Chan Adventures was awesome.
It was amazing.
All right, so real quick,
Yeah.
Good job, Vince.
real quick, because I doubt any of you would have noticed,
What?
because you guys were like so preoccupied. Jen left.
Oh yeah, Varrus has no idea. Him and Mehalia are in
Yeah,
the
I know.
room, and he's trying to discuss.
Yeah.
What the
Jen
hell's
left,
going
and he came back shit-faced.
Wow.
Jen! I don't know what is that. We could have knocked back some sake. Oh, did he drink sake? Is sake a thing for you? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
his account of
Yeah, he has like 2
on. Why
decanters.
are we drinking right now?
Oh wow!
I have no idea what the hell you guys talking about.
That's fair.
You can't send him into the chat.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
All right, it's all right, my friend. Just insane.
So you guys are with, you guys are all together now.
Yeah, me and her would have come out. We probably would have still been discussing everything.
Cover.
I guess I just can't find. I guess I don't see anything.
What are you guys doing?
Oh.
All right.
Well, I was asking
Yeah.
if what you guys were looking at was.
Oh, he
Nothing
handed.
important.
Oh, he handed me alcohol, and yeah, I was curious on what was going on with the chat over there, so I decided to go in myself.
No, it's fine. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys if you were like debating something or like
Oh, no,
discussing
no.
something. Or,
As far as I know, he's casting it. He's looking like Cleric of Roku.
So as
I'm drinking.
as Jen comes back and you guys are all together, the ritual seemingly works, but it works a tad bit different from typical.
Oh, did he make a save?
Oh yeah, I do have to make a save.
I hate to remind you, but I'm low key hoping you fail because that'd be hilarious to see you roleplay.
It will win.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna say that.
Oh,
I do have the What was it? The Dreamscape.
Can I give you an advantage?
It's a what type
It's
of
an
save?
intelligence save.
It's an intelligence save.
Yeah, it fits.
Yeah, if you hear me,
I'll give you
it's
advantage.
save.
All right.
He needs it.
It's a save. You get +2 from me.
Now, if he fails, he goes. Did he pass?
Oh my god.
You rolled a
no.
4 and a 6.
Oh
It's
man!
off by 2.
So what's that in
You get
total?
+2 with me.
Actually, I think they're both 9s, honestly.
Oh.
But it still doesn't make a 15.
Oh shit! No.
And you're not in the same room. You're elsewhere talking.
I got,
to her.
yeah, it was
Sure.
10. So,
Oh,
Oh fuck!
Wait, how far does he have to be?
At this point, I think 30 feet.
It's an aura of protection.
You guys aren't that far from each other.
Here's the thing. She only grants
What-
me
No,
plus 2.
18th level, 30 feet.
what
So her
bonus,
radius is 30 feet.
So it's a
what
plus
bonus
2.
do you get? Yeah, it's not going to help.
And they had to say it wouldn't help anyway.
I figured,
so.
but
You see?
Try.
alright. How
see,
much damage was it? 66?
And he's insane for the rest of the day.
Mind blink.
Oh wait, no, I got these two wonderful.
Oh, that's right. You have mind
Mind
blank on
blank.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you won't. You at the very least won't get. You won't turn insane.
No,
Well, you won't take the damage.
I don't take damage.
He's
also
Right,
immune to
the opposite.
psychic.
Right.
So basically, it just fails. It's just kind of like, boom.
All right. So
Invisible.
But do you still?
All right.
But here's the question: you don't take the. You don't take it. But
aren't you
what about
still
the insane effect?
Yeah.
I
What
doubt
about
it.
the insane effect?
Oh, well,
But he's
because-
immune.
Because, because
Yeah, but
technically,
that's
this isn't
separate.
anybody
might
else.
still be insane.
This ain't anybody else infiltrating your mind. It's.
To be
he's
honest,
immune to psychic damage.
we're all insane. Be honest, guys.
But I want him.
We're
to,
all mad
I want
here.
to. Call me twisted. I want to see him roleplay an insane babbling jet.
Let's do it.
Fuck it.
I know it's terrible, but that's what I want.
Oh boy.
But no, you're right. It
So-
doesn't.
huh?
Yeah, it's only certain mind affecting. I can't remember these.
So I forgot that another thing that
But I know
was going to-
okay, here's the thing. It protects you from divination spells. I think this is technically a divination
It is a
spell.
divination spell.
I think this would be considered a divination spell.
no, there's no considerate about it. It is a divination
So
spell. So you're fine.
So it would probably protect him from his own spell too.
Yeah, so you're fine. So
We just found the loophole, guys.
Well, hold on. Any effect that would sense the emotions or read the thoughts, so anything that would read my emotions, thoughts. Well, actually, no. It does
says
say
divination.
divination spells.
That's what I was saying. Like mind
Yeah.
blank, flat out makes you immune to divination.
Yes!
I think you dodged a bullet.
I
You
did.
can't be scryed on. You can't be
Wow.
true seed on. You can't be seen through.
So how long does
invisibility.
mind blank last?
24 hours.
So how much longer do you have it?
Well, I cast it this morning.
So tomorrow morning.
So you can keep trying this till you
Yeah,
succeed.
you keep
Yeah.
trying it.
Every 10 minutes.
So do you guys?
Wow.
You
talk
try it
about
again.
Broken.
I'm back to the bar.
All right, so I informed everyone.
No.
All right, this
Jim,
was the
Jim goes
first
back
time-
to the bar. Anybody's trying to stop him?
So, do you see this old man?
Why do you want to drink?
Priestly Roku robes. Who's
He was with me.
nearby?
I'm right here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you were with me the whole
Yeah.
time. So you just see judges kind of go poof and kind of fall backwards, and then like get up.
Ooh.
Whoa, that was one hell of a ride. That was a no.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Okay.
All right.
So at that point, me and Mahalia would probably come out of the room, and we're still like
What
talking.
is all that noise?
Am I allowed to help you if
What
I have
happened?
ritual caster?
No. Not
I know it's been at least 10 minutes. Did
I'm
it
just
work?
wondering.
Yeah, no.
Did it work?
Not yet.
That was a big no. I have a really bad headache right now.
Do
But I'm
you-
gonna try again.
Do you with mind blank?
No,
Would you
you're
incline-
immune.
Well, immune, yes, but I mean,
I'm gonna say that the blowback was enough to give him a mild headache.
there you go. I did fall backwards after
You
all.
know
Yeah.
what? I think we need some coffee.
All right, all
Don't
right.
you mean some morning brown potion?
Maybe I got the approach all wrong here.
I think
Let's,
that's what they call it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this a little bit prettier here, and let me change out the incense.
Why are you
Maybe he
dressed
doesn't
like,
like these colors.
Jet, why are you dressed like this?
I'll answer for him. Because he has to look like a cleric of this god.
Maybe that's why the god said, "Nah, fuck that."
Oh, I don't think he said no.
It has to be
Blasphemous.
just right. I mean, gods are particular. You gotta do everything by the book. Unfortunately, I don't have the book for Roku, so I'm just kind of making it up as we go.
Like I said, let's go to a temple of Roku and be like, hey, fellas, the end of the world is at stake. We got a few questions we want to ask your snake, your lord.
But I got some really good ideas.
Probably the
you
bad
might
idea
like.
to ask him like that.
I love your upbeat attitude.
I'm trying, After losing both my fathers, it's been
what he
hard.
says.
I don't know my parents.
Okay.
so
All right, I'll tell you what. You go to the temple.
I'm looking enough.
I don't know if there's a temple here. I've never been in the city.
Let's see how this
You
goes
should
first.
call-
Oh, wait a
Tell
minute.
us.
Jet would know. Like, if there's a temple.
No Sarah back yet?
In Derica.
She came back. But one thing at a time. While Jen's going, what are you saying?
Jet would know if there was a temple of Roku in Derica.
Yeah, there is.
So there is one? Okay.
Which direction is it?
Okay, so
Sounds
yeah,
like you and
Jet,
Jen are on the
Jet
same
just
page.
like yeah, I don't feel like visiting them right now. So if you want to go just
You're
down this street,
You're already supposedly dressed as one.
yeah. Last time I was there, well, let's just say there's some reasons I don't want to go back. But if you get one of their books and bring it back here, that would be great.
Hey, Varrus, you want to come with?
I kind of want to find out where this is going to go.
It's kind of like the.
Okay, I go
How
to
that
the...
happens, you try the ritual again.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I go to the temple of
Well,
Roku.
hold on real quick. Before you leave,
Uh-huh.
it's only you who can ask questions, right?
I believe so.
Okay. So if that's the case, I'll trust you to ask the right questions because you're really good at that. If you want me to go with you, Trunks, I will.
It kind of reminds me of when Jack is hanging and he's like impersonating a member of the clergy, and it's kind of like, oh yeah. It's probably what Jet did.
So you're coming with?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Jet has a long
'Cause,
history with Derica.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the town that y'all meet Jet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
So-
why. Okay. All right.
Alright, so let's see. Trunks and Varrus are going to
Like that was
to the
technically
Temple of Roku.
his hometown.
Uh-huh.
Mahalia, do you want to go with us?
And
Yes.
I know you. Okay, so you four are going. Is
You
Elon
going
going?
with us?
Well, he's already on his way. You
I'm-
guys just didn't know.
Somebody,
I'm staying with.
yeah, somebody should probably stick with Jet in case
I'm
he hurts
sticking
himself.
with Jet.
Yeah, Elon, you're going to stay with him.
Yeah.
You, me, and her will go to the temple. Jin went to go get drunk. That's fine.
Oh, okay, cool. I probably should have went with Jen now that I thought about it, but oh well. Let's keep going.
Alright. So about 10 minutes down the road, you see Jen. He kind of threw you guys a curve and started going towards the Temple of Roku
Oh,
ahead of time.
hey there. You had the same idea, huh?
He's all.
I'm gonna say that Ciara's stuck with you guys.
Let's try not to cause a scene and
Varrus.
just yeah,
Why did I say 3 of you?
because you're drunk.
I'm not drunk, you drunk.
How many fingers am I holding up?
9.
No, it's only 3, buddy.
Oh, means 3 more beer then.
Hey, do you have any more left on you?
Yes.
Are we really gonna get? No, you know what?
Wow.
You know what? I'll save this for later.
Okay, thank you,
I'll
please.
save it for later.
I think I'm the only sane person on the island.
We're in
I'm
a
with
city.
you. I'm with you.
Don't know about that. You're
You?
probably one of the few.
I can't believe that.
So Melisara and Farah get back as well.
Oh, awesome.
It's like, where did everybody go?
Yeah, where'd everybody go? So 10 minutes pass. Roll me another save. Cannon.
All right, man, you got this.
Advantage.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
2012.
Hey, it's a 12. We're a little bit better now.
If you were right next to him, he would have passed.
No, not really. Oh no,
yeah,
actually,
it was
yeah.
15 on the die.
yeah, actually,
17?
17.
All
All
right.
right, good. Whew.
Nice.
Shit, that was close.
So, what do you say?
So, Jet, like, he's been kind of like in meditation, like, for a while, and then finally his eyes just open. It's like, I think I did it, guys. Now we gotta ask questions. Great Roku, is it possible for me and or any of my companions of the fucking Misfits to go back in time
So, real quick, how do I work this? You notice that the circle that you use to contact him, like the lines of which start to change shape, to the point where it actually shifts into the shape of a face of a clock. You'll notice that one of the hands, the large hand, actually starts turning counterclockwise. And you see the world around you like start to reverse. Melisara and Farah like go back from where they came. And these four return to you as well. And as soon as they get back in your vicinity where the circle is, you guys are conscious of what's going on as you enter the circle. You're just like, wait, what? We just left. Why are we back here?
Right.
The world around you changes into this massive, it's almost like an alternate reality of sorts, where there are clocks, watches, gears everywhere. It's like being inside of a giant clock tower, essentially. You guys ever saw, like, Great Mouse Detective? It's similar to that, but, like, even the circle that you guys are standing on is now a glass platform. It's like you're on the face of a pocket watch, essentially.
Did you piss him off or something?
So we're there too now, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Jet,
We're on the way
what'd
to
you
the
do?
I
temple.
think I got the right incense.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That was good.
So you chopped out to the correct length and everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, to the exact tiniest
To the
fiber.
micron, right?
Yeah, down to the right atom.
I want to take you 2 tries.
I just had to think like the.
He is Jesus, guys.
What is the incense that just sends the signals of time? All right, but
You notice that several of the clocks that are floating around the wall just sort of all like converge one behind the other, like right above you guys, and they're massive. And you see each one like they're entirely like made of glass, so you can like see through them, like onto the next one. You can see the hands that are on the clocks behind each one. You see each of these rotate. Each of these hands rotate until they hit 12 o'clock. And as this happens, the hands melt and take on a very long serpentine-like figure. Think Shenron from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball.
Okay.
All of a sudden, this massive serpentine-like figure gazes upon you guys. He's like his head is probably like the size of this entire like neighborhood. Let's say. Well, no. Let's just say it's as big as a city.
Varrus,
Oh shit. Well, yeah.
since I've been with you, I had two of the most frightening experiences in my life. The Beholders was one, and this outdoes the Beholders a lot.
Welcome to the fucking Misfits, buddy.
This thing looks snake-like, but you can ascertain by looking at the markings on him that he seems to be a bit more substantial than that. You can theorize that this is Roku the Basilisk.
Girl, you're a lot bigger than Nigmata.
he like goes down, and one thing you notice is, you know how serpents, they have the eyes like on the sides of their faces. This one's eyes can actually, one of his eyes actually moves to the front of his face, so where he can actually see you guys like without having to turn his head.
It's hardcore.
Yeah.
I think your spell worked.
I think
Yeah,
you're
Jet, I don't
right.
know what you did, but damn.
I thought you were supposed to contact him, not
Yeah.
summon us to his place.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I think I really got the ritual down, guys.
You are all very chatty.
Hi. How's
Hello!
it going?
Office in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you.
You're probably tripping out, dude. You're wasted.
He's like, wow.
He just pulls that out.
I get it, Bib. Dinner time.
No.
So given this
So you all need to be very well.
He's just
Clocks appear underneath you guys, which send out a beam of light that encompasses you. And as the hands on the clock reverse, so too did y'all's physical conditions, to where you are all basically back to you were. When you guys got to Derica.
Oh, so he's not drunk anymore.
You're not drunk anymore.
Oh, wow.
I'm still sad.
You're still sad, but you didn't throw up.
Hold on.
This doesn't feel like it anymore.
Like, when we first got to Derica?
Not in the beginning.
Just
but
recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're back.
Unless you guys want to go back to level 1.
No. I was
the other
just like,
timeline.
No, I'm good. No.
No.
what?
Yeah,
Hey, that means I
yeah.
got that HP, that 6 HP back that what's
Yeah.
your face took from me.
Yeah, you
Good
get
to
the
know.
6
Okay.
get the 6 HP back. And he says, "There. That should do it."
Oh yeah.
My apologies.
Neat trick.
That was impressive.
Well, normally your spell would have just allowed you to contact me. But seeing as how desperate you all seem to be, I thought it wise to temporarily pull you into my domain.
Nice place you
Jack
got here.
immediately bows and says, "Thank you, great Roku, for honoring us with your presence."
He
Legit.
he
I'm gonna
literally
bow too.
He literally comes down and like makes direct eye contact with you. He's like, "Next time, the robes are not necessary." And then just winks at you.
Oh, wow.
Jet just nods.
At least he was cool about it.
Lovely decor you have here. Very thematic.
This is the domain of time. Right now, we exist in a plane that runs on its own.
So I kind of sort of get the clocks, but does this mean that clocks always existed?
In a manner of speaking.
Okay, so it wasn't a matter of, we invented clocks to tell time, so you decided to redesign the place.
Clocks are a manner of inevitability. You will see that there are plenty of clocks in this realm that don't run from 1 to 12. You'll see some with markings that you've never seen before. This is because the concept of time exists in more than just this world. It exists on other planets, and other species and races have devised their own methods of telling time. Funny enough, they all end up in a circle.
Huh.
That's interesting.
So,
So time is a construct and it's round.
exactly.
Okay.
So, you have questions.
Oh, we have a lot of questions.
I imagine so. Someone has tampered with my domain, used it, abused it, and I do not appreciate it.
And
We know who they are, and it's not Bart.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
So are you aware of who it is then?
It is a being known as Morpheus who was once Xeric in your timeline.
In
and
our other timeline, yeah.
and he's the subject of our questions, and we
Then-
kind of want to rectify the problems he's caused as well.
Then you may ask your questions.
Do we only have a limit of 5 still?
No.
Sweet.
Nice.
Score.
That's the first question.
Oh man, retcon! You're down to 4. Actually, you'd be down to 3 because you asked about the
Right.
clocks.
Exactly.
So Trump's almost ruined this for you guys.
That sounds.
Anyway, no.
That's-
Limitless questions. Ask what you need to know.
Um,
If Morpheus succeeds, it could mean the eradication of this world. I would rather avoid
He
that.
does want to kill all the gods and take over the world with.
Does Nigmata
All
eat
their
my mom?
Yes.
Oh.
First of all, is it possible for us to go back in time to attempt to fix anything?
So. Yes.
Did what I just hear?
Yeah, Nigmata's gonna eat his mom. Apparently.
My mama. Is Nigmata gonna eat me?
Potentially. Possibly.
Possibly.
Potentially.
Potentially.
That's not a
May
yes.
I answer your serious questions?
That is a serious question.
Nice.
Do I look like I want to die?
You don't have anything to worry about, Trunks. Now, you wish to know that if traveling back in time
Good
to the
question.
point before you acquired the deck of many things in the original timeline will reverse the situation.
That's
Yes.
exactly what we came to ask.
I mean, and I know it sounds insane, but that's the only thing I could think of.
You are standing in the domain of a giant serpentine beast surrounded by clocks.
You got a good point. You're right. I rescind that statement.
Be nice.
So, this is the part where I say I have good news and bad news.
That's typical. Okay. What is different?
The bad news is that time doesn't quite work that way. When Zurich altered reality, he completely destroyed the previous. Time does not branch like a tree, it flows like a river.
We were all wrong.
We were wrong. Oh no, Mehalia was right.
So,
Thank you.
the bad news
I'm having
is
a chat moment.
you cannot travel back in time to a point where you acquired the deck of many things because it did not happen.
Yeah.
The good news is there is a way to prevent his altercation from happening.
You mean him taking over my son?
No.
Changing the timeline?
Yes.
How?
Simple. You find the wish spell.
I thought it didn't exist anymore.
Oh, there's one place more.
Really?
Yes. By using the wish spell, you can wish to have things return to the way they were before you acquired the deck of many things from the previous timeline. In doing so, you will reverse everything. But you will reverse everything. The celestial swords that you have acquired, gone. Your memories of this timeline, gone.
Dylan would revert back to being a jerk.
No, I mean,
Just him.
essentially,
I'm always an angel. and Chet just reverts to his angelic form.
However, the good news is...
okay.
The good news is I can bless you all with a specific charm that will prevent you from losing your memories of this timeline, as well as prevent you from becoming weaker as a result of your alteration to the timeline.
So one of us isn't here.
He will be in that timeline when they return. That is, unfortunately, the ultimate point. Use the wish spell. Unless you word it correctly, only you two will go back. The rest, as well as this timeline, will cease to exist.
But we'll exist in the other timeline in spirit, right?
There is no other timeline.
Essentially, we would completely
gone.
reverse everything that's happened
Yeah.
up until a certain
The stream
moment.
of time back
Everything,
to
right?
Alter a moment in history, and it completely erases what existed after it.
Right.
We would basically reset everything, from what I understand.
Reset it again.
We would basically reset everything to that moment before the card was ever drawn. So it never happens. But everything we know now and have experienced now would not exist.
Oh, Varrus, you knew me in the previous timeline, right?
I did.
What happened to me?
Well, you,
Just disappeared.
yeah, I mean, you kind of went home to Metropolis. You were also a cleric of Zoa,
Sense
not a
motive.
warrior.
Because that's not what happened. Sense motive, because that's not what happened to Trunks.
No, Trunks left.
No, Trunks was kidnapped
Oh, that's right. He was. My bad.
by your sister.
That's true. I forgot.
But I do recall some.
was
I
that,
do recall.
was that before or after that? That
It
was
was-
after the deck of many things
It was
was drawn.
That
before
was
the deck. It was
during the deck of many things,
So
because
technically-
Sable showed up and abducted him.
right before we started drawing the cards,
Yep.
Sable came up and just snatched him away.
Because Sable was revealed for that session. Trunks disappeared. Varrus disappeared.
Right. So
it was heartbreaking.
going back into that moment before, because Trunks would, I mean, Varrus would remember him disappearing, and he would remember Trunks being taken.
If you were to go back to the moment where you first encountered your sister as the Starborn, that I feel would be a good stopping point.
As long as no one draws anything from the deck of many things.
Another thing that you should be aware is that the entities that exist in both this timeline and that one that you destroyed here will also come back.
I'm not worried about that. We killed Scarlet once. We could do it again.
Who's Scarlet?
She was an evil bitch that died. Painfully. She was
Yeah.
one of Nigmata's Starborn
You're
daughters.
not missing anything.
So what happened to me in the other timeline?
You got taken.
By what?
One of the Starborns, my sister.
I got kidnapped by your sister?
My sister becomes a Starborn named Sable, much like Elon's wife became one as well.
That's weird. What's a Starborn?
A Starborn is essentially, think of a powerful
Okay.
humanoid
We can
servant.
do this later.
Yeah,
Or-
he's got a point.
That's-
Basically, Starborns are bad.
You tell me everything.
So, sir,
Yes,
Uh,
Elon,
oh, you know my name. I'm honored.
I am a god of time.
Yeah, but I've done some finicky things with time, and I
Oh,
don't
I
think you
know.
like you too much.
But we don't really have to discuss it here.
All right, fine. So, is there any specific place that we can go to find this wish spell?
Yes, there is.
Where?
The only place where it exists now is the Silent Forest.
Where's
Have
that?
you heard of that?
In the previous timelines where you guys met Aegis, the elephant.
Oh,
The elephant guy who got
the
eaten
elephant guy who
alive.
got killed by Nigmata.
The reason why that place is called the Silent Forest is because it is locked in time.
Oh, okay.
Go there. There is a dungeon. Descend into this dungeon of time. You will find the wish spell.
Interesting.
Sweet.
Of course, with the wish spell, there are plenty of different methods that you can use. Plenty of different options. You don't necessarily have to reverse time, but it does, to me, sound like the best option.
Well, you are the god of time, so we will absolutely take your word for it.
But, bear in mind, you two, as said before, are more than likely going to be the only two to return. So that means that everyone else here must be content with the idea that they will cease to exist.
Out of character, is this going to be one of the things where we have to have a lawyer proofread the wish spell to make sure that there are no loopholes?
I'm not gonna be a dick about it.
But
I'm not gonna be like, you have to word this specifically, but at the same
That's
time,
the best part about this.
no, I know. I'm not gonna be super easy on it. I'm not gonna be super mellow on it, but I'm not gonna be a dick. Okay.
Quick question. What's the chances of my mommy, daddy, and Lock Maester surviving in the alternate timeline?
I cannot say because the alternate timeline no longer exists.
Well, from the last thing that happened before you got taken,
They seem to be alive.
as far as I remember, your parents were alive, and so was Lockmeister.
Okay, I'm okay with not existing.
Aelon.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that myself, but you know, if it brings about the not the end of the world, the beginning or the renewing of the world, and it requires me to sacrifice myself, sure.
And it's really only these versions of you that will disappear. The rest.
I kind of like
Well, that
this
makes it
version of
better.
myself.
It's true. Jin.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know,
These versions of you,
Your other
Quick
version
answer.
still
But I'll
has
allow
this
it.
the cantrip,
No.
right? The thought
I
cantrip.
wasn't paying attention. So he just nods and disagreed.
You could always stockpile a bunch of the memory
I'm
gems,
sorry.
and I
Or
could give
better
those
yet-
memory gems to
There's
yourself,
something to cool.
so you could
Fuck
experience
stuff.
the
And
other
then you're distracted.
timeline with the previous
It's fine.
timeline.
wait, didn't you say you would cast some kind of a charm that would protect us all if we go back in time?
Theoretically.
So you're not sure if
So
it
it
would
might
work.
not be necessary.
It still depends on how you word the wish spell. Plus,
Let's make a backup just in case.
there's also another thing to take into consideration. If you word the wish spell correctly, you could all end up taking the places of your past selves.
Could we also potentially use the wish spell to say, wish that Endymion and Zurich never existed in the first place?
That is also a certain possibility.
Would that, in this theoretical concept, prevent Morpheus from coming into existence?
Okay.
I'm good.
Theoretically. But understand this. Removing Endymion from this timeline, removing Zurich from this timeline, there is no guarantee that it will result in what you want. Remember, Zurich altered time to get rid of Endymion, and yet another one arose.
That's true.
That would imply some sort of
There are some
Fate.
things that fate has control over, that is outside the dominion of us gods. Some things we cannot control, no matter how much we may wish we could.
So, in other words, we're going to go to the Silent Forest and try and acquire the fates. The wish spell. So, in other words, once we have it, we have to be careful how we use it.
it's the truth.
Word it correctly, and you should be able to pull this off. But I warn you, the deep depths of the Silent Forest, there is a great danger there.
What is that great danger?
Because nothing can be easy.
No, of course not. The guardian of the wish spell is an immensely powerful individual.
Let me finish my question. What is protecting that wish spell?
White Knight. Exceptionally powerful demon. Well, I use demon figuratively. None other than Ace Nashi.
Wait, they got
Actually,
the
the
void
god.
god?
Prove your worth to him,
So
and he may let you use the wish spell.
So it's Savate.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to be too difficult for Mehalia and me, but everyone else might
What?
have issues.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we've got invincibility.
Technically,
Yeah.
you've got invincibility from one attack.
I can run away.
Exactly.
So,
this seems like it's our best shot, but we just need to. I say we try and figure out.
we need to get Bart.
And you guys recall that the Silent Forest wasn't too far from Derica.
Right. So we need to go back and get Bart.
But where's Bart?
And the
That's
nature.
a good question.
Wait, you don't know?
Something happened with the Chrono Sword. Something I've never seen happen before.
Oh.
He's lost to time.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
man.
So you're saying that? You're saying that?
Wait. What?
He blinked out.
That's a good way to put it, yes.
He has all my shit!
Yeah, ain't that a kick in the head?
This is why we never split the party.
Has this ever happened before?
Never. I'm not even sure exactly what caused it.
On anomalies and the like, can time be frozen for specific individuals?
It's certainly possible.
What about a specific consciousness?
All I know is that there are certain places in this world that are unaffected by the flow of time.
Oh no, but are you talking about consciousnesses as in consciousnesses?
That's what?
Is it possible to freeze time for a specific consciousness?
None that I've ever seen.
Oh.
I've seen locations unaffected by the flow of time.
How specific a location?
Do you know of any of those locations? Okay.
None that are nearby. Silent Forest is the only one that's close.
Oh, wow.
And the only one that bears the wish spell that will grant you what you need.
How do we get... So you have no clue how we can get Bart back?
I don't.
We gotta find this...
I have no idea.
We gotta find this...
Poor Sierra.
That being said, I don't think he's in any sort of danger.
He's just kind of trapped in time.
He's just floating around, just probably...
He's locked somewhere where time doesn't
Everybody's
exist.
losing
Just
something
like
they
you
love.
are right now.
Yeah.
So he's here?
No. I'm saying that there are some places in the world that time has no influence over.
Did that vampire do this to him?
It's possible.
We need to find that vampire.
There's that option. Or, as stated before, go to the Silent Forest, find the wish spell, and reverse everything.
I think that might be a better option.
Maybe we should get our gear first, then go to the Silent
I
Forest.
mean, I have my gear on me.
Wasn't he gonna take
The
longer
stuff
for
that
some-
Sin was making.
Oh,
Yeah, I have stuff at
But
7.
before we set that off, we need to get a conference of the minds to get them working on this mind isolation, consciousness isolation project just in case. We need a backup plan.
okay. That's probably a good idea.
So he's saying that we should split the group and get all the stuff together and come back in a few days.
I mean, that's an option. Or we can all do it together
all do
and
it
party.
together.
Yeah,
I
look what
mean,
happened the last time Bart ran off on his own. Now he's fucking gone.
Or I can offer an alternate solution.
What's that?
As I said before, time flows like a river. Traveling back is difficult because you're swimming upstream, but going with the stream.
Oh, you're talking about...
I can't take you that far. The Silent Forest is, as stated, immune to the flow of
It's
time.
outside of time, right?
So you could theoretically take us forward a few days where...
I
Jen
can
has
take
his
you forward a
gear.
few days to the point where you're right outside the forest.
And we took care of all of our other stuff.
Precisely.
But Bart won't be with us.
It is possible he might be.
Okay.
So
Who knows? He might be in the Silent Forest. You think that bastard's kidnapping people and taking them to the Silent
So,
Forest?
I don't
if
know.
that's the case, then it
Someone
is.
screams in the silent forest.
Or I can,
There's a
I
tree
can
farm in
hurl
the
you
Silent
all,
Forest. Is anybody...
guys. Or I can hurl all of you hundreds, thousands of years into the future. It's really simple. But
Really?
you probably won't like what you find.
Yeah, I'm not that curious.
Yeah.
No, dude. If
No,
we go into
considering-
the...
As said, swimming with the flow of time is simple.
Once we go forward, it's going to be difficult
Actually-
coming back.
Could you send? Well, no.
Your path
Going
takes you
back.
to the Silent Forest. I cannot put you any further than that, unfortunately.
So we go to the Silent Forest regardless.
Yeah.
Well, if that is what you choose.
I mean, I think the wish spell is probably our best bet. If we word the wish right and we say we want all of us in our current consciousness to go back in time to this point and inherit our bodies at that point, would that work?
I would be a cleric stuck in the void. Kidnapped by your crazy sister.
But we could always rescue you after we prevent Zurich from achieving what he's wanting to do.
Cool.
And also, we would have the plan B of having the meeting of the minds for a.
Although
That won't
the
exist.
meeting of minds wouldn't have happened yet. What we
Because-
could do, if once we have the wish spell, we can hold on to it until we're ready. Wait till the meeting of the minds produces fruit, and then use the spell.
Okay. I like that idea.
And having a wish spell in our back pocket, just in case we change our mind and have a better idea, might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I sure that's a good idea to hold a spell. Since remember the previous fight with Zurich, someone hold a fate card that screws over in the long run.
Well, let's be real. Anyone can use a fate card. They don't have to cast it.
Right.
Like spell, you have to have. You have to be the appropriate class and components, and you have to be able to cast
And
it.
depending on how we acquire that spell, for instance, if I acquire that spell as those of my order do, none can take that spell from me.
Second one is I want to take a chances and when outside the game you're immune to charm and dominate and all that fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Outside the game.
Yeah, outside the game, with Mind Blank, I'm immune to the Charmed effect, which includes the Dominate spells.
Okay, then never mind. Then I would
Just something. What if we use
I did too, a slight retcon, but go ahead.
What if we use the wish spell to instead just simply make the wish? We wish that the Zurich tadpole that is currently residing inside of my unborn son, or our unborn son, doesn't exist. Removing future Morpheus inside of her from being born, and then we just deal with current Morpheus in this timeline.
Now, you might not like this idea, but I did take some inspiration from Bart. We could go back in time right before you had relations with your lovely significant other. We could just remove the equation that where Morpheus was bound, and you could be like Bart. You'd be brothers in some order of.
I like my balls, thank you.
All right. It's just an idea.
Varrus, you could just beat him out.
But look at it this way: we could keep them in a glass jar and mock Morpheus every day.
No.
Oh, here's an idea. Get your hoo-haws chopped off and then regenerate new ones.
Oh, he makes a good point.
Hoo-haws chopped off. We'll take you to a cleric. We'll be like, hey, cleric, we need you to grow him some new ones.
You're all talking about things that will result in conclusions that you do not know.
Do we have any other business with Roku here, or are you finishing and we can go now?
No, I want his insight into some of this insane ideas we're coming up with.
Please
Insane,
Roku.
yes.
I'm wondering, could I actually steal Morpheus's soul?
Theoretically, yes.
See, I told you.
Well,
No one listens to me.
Not the baby. No,
All
okay.
right. You,
That's
Great Roku, you can see where these paths lead.
I'm saying I think the better option is to take the path that you know is going to fix the problem, rather than theorizing that it's going to fix the problem.
Okay, so
in other words,
not
go
fix the
back in
problem.
time to that point.
Just because he's inside, and just because he infiltrates Mehalia's body through intercourse, doesn't mean that that's where he is currently, or was, all the time.
So in other words, go back in time and prevent Zurich from
That is
obtaining
my
that
advice.
card by taking that card out of the equation.
That is
Okay.
my advice.
Okay.
Then let's get the wish spell.
So if we go back in time, we stop us from using the deck. We take the deck and we throw it away somewhere or hide it somewhere or whatever. Just never pull from it.
Now, just to be on the safe side, did you still want to chop your...
No.
Okay.
No.
Why would he?
I don't know.
I'm not your brother.
You're not my dad. Hey, listen. I never understood why he did it either.
Well, you know how we're not supposed to put like a bag of holding and another bag of holding, and what happens when that happens?
Yeah.
Let's get 2 bags of holding, put the deck of mini things in one, and then at a safe distance, put that bag of holding in another bag of holding, and then problem solved.
Get rid of the deck of many things.
I mean, if you
It
want
gets
to do
blasted
that, sure.
off into the astral plane, not to be, well, hopefully not to be found. I mean,
Or-
it's like if they get the Yankee find it and they're like, hey,
There's-
let's play
Well,
some cards.
There's a problem. There's no such thing as the astral plane in this.
Oh, that's right.
So what happens-
Good Yankee don't exist.
So what happens if a bag of holding enters a bag of holding in your game?
You want to find out?
That sounds bad. So why don't we just find
Well,
a big
I'm
ass
assuming-
volcano and throw it in
I'm
there?
assuming there's warnings in magic shops not to do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Well,
But
there
there's
you go.
no real like
Like no one knows.
nobody's ever like tried.
That's fair.
That sounds like something Varrus wants to do.
Damage.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a false statement.
To be honest, I'm
I'm like,
gonna
you
be
know what? I'm
honest.
gonna kill you. I'm gonna make you hold this bag while I shove the other bag in. We're both gonna go straight to hell together.
Yeah.
You know what's funny too?
That's how we kill Endeavor.
Is that in my mind? I'm just
If I
imagining
can
us
dominate
going.
him, I just make him do it himself.
Just
safe, different.
I'm
distance.
imagining us going back through time right before we're about to draw the deck of many things. We hop in. Jet's like, okay, Varrus, we're here, and then Varrus just draws a fucking card.
No, it would be me. I wouldn't draw a card. Like me and him would inherit.
How did we find
You guys,
No,
you guys
that's
would go
exact-
back to the moment where you
Dude.
beat that beast master.
Dude, that's
Right.
exactly the point. I'm talking about you. Who would just be like, you have some for the deck of many things.
But I already drew the card and bad shit happened. So
alright.
preventing that from happening.
Yeah, because that shit still happens. So if he were to draw, he would definitely draw the void card immediately,
I know.
I could just
and then we do the whole thing all over again.
He's just basically like, yeah, it would just basically. Well,
Okay,
who
so
knows?
legit. We need to go to the dungeon.
We need to go to
Got
Silent
it.
Forest. But can you take us forward a few days to where Jin's equipment is ready and such?
Yes.
Are we going to have access to our full spells?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like theoretically.
Will we have a full rest when he
Yeah,
jumps?
well,
in?
Yeah, it'll be
okay,
full
yeah.
rest because it'll be like several days have passed.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
But don't know if we're resting or not.
So
I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah. Cool.
I agree.
Jump forward.
Jump forward.
Jump forward. Almighty
And
Lizard God.
and for the so
lizard.
what we intend to do,
Snake. Basilisk.
like in between time,
Yeah.
is so we gather
Plan
Zero.
exactly what you are going to do between here and now. I throw you forward, and all of that will be done.
All right. So
Oh, hey.
we contact Zira, Farah, and we ask them advice of anyone else that could help with the project. We ask all the clergy.
We find Bart.
Is Trunk's not going to be with us anymore?
I'll be with you. I'm here till the end. After all, my mom's life is on the line.
Everyone's life's on the line, man.
Yeah. We have everyone gather
It warms my
at
heart to know that you want me to around the Elon.
Elon's Academy
Do you
to
wanna go
to
say-
research
Bye to your mom before we do this.
I'm gonna go say bye to
Isolating-
my mom.
isolating and or copying consciousness. Well,
So okay.
isolating and copying consciousness, as well as imprisoning
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah.
So imprisoning, copying,
It has to be like an
and
item,
isolating.
like an item form,
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like basically
like a circle.
download consciousness into an object and imprison them that way.
I'm gonna get some more equipment for
Or
myself.
you can copy basically, is it possible to copy consciousness? Is it possible to transfer consciousness? And if it is possible to transfer consciousness, can you imprison it in some form?
Roy, I'm making a couple of 8 transportation circles.
You know, I just kind of realized something too.
Teleportation circles, whatever it is.
Find a wizard, cast a 9th level Gias on, tell him you will not.
That's
That
too
would work.
generic.
That's not epic. That's not epic, okay? That's lame.
Okay, alright, so, yeah. I'm doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So
It's a Band-Aid.
please.
That's all it is.
Pretty much.
Does he?
Huh?
What?
I'll look into it, brother.
Oh, he'll figure it out.
Yeah. Straight
Well, I'll
up.
remove curse.
So-
Okay.
if you would be so kind,
Do you have your plans?
Indeed.
we need to first make sure that we get our equipment and everything and such.
Say our goodbyes for this.
Say our goodbyes to our loved ones, and then,
I do need to talk to my son.
oh yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, there's an item I need to order, but I'll get. I'll out of character. I'll get with you that get details to you.
Keep on talking to you if we change time.
That's true.
So it looks like those bastards from the Sherbert Dragon Cult are gonna.
Sherbert Dragon Cult.
Wow.
Dragon. Wow.
That's a funny way to say Cirque de Bellon.
Yeah.
Sherbert de Leon.
Wow.
I hate you.
This is why Bart went bye-bye. I guess Trunks is next.
Yeah.
Trying to make him figure out which one of my characters he hates more, the boring Bart or the annoying Trunks.
Okay, so I guess we've.
Bart is it boring?
Are you guys?
Should
You
we
guys?
step back to
Is this for sure everything that you guys are gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
I'm glad you don't think so.
as you guys have, as you all like
I would use the word
agree with this,
problematic myself.
Roku's eye switches back to the side of his head, and he swirls like around you guys, surrounding you and the platform that you're on. He merges into the platform, and before his head disappears, he says, "Best of luck. You're going to need it."
Thank you, great Roku.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're
for
not
your
a
help.
dick like your brother.
We are not all. Well, he wasn't my brother.
I'm glad you're not a fellow god.
Nigmata is the last of the original 9. I took the place of the original proto-god. Ace Manashi awaits you in the him in the Silent Forest, but it is not so much him as much as his shadow.
His shadow.
In order to become the Soul God, one must shed himself of all impurities. You will face his darker half. The one that has no qualms, no reservations about killing you.
Understandable, I suppose.
One more question before we go. When you took over as Roku,
Just a bar fight.
the being you are now, are you
You're
the
asking.
newer consciousness, or are you the original Roku's consciousness?
The original Roku was very much humble in the transference, retained my consciousness. He made no attempt to overcome mine.
All right. Thank you for sharing that.
You're very welcome.
Don't worry, Bart does not win godhood. You're safe.
I'm happy to hear that. Now, farewell. I bid you all good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
His head merges in with the clock, and you see the heads, the hands of the clock start to move.
Hands on
And
the
they go
clock.
quicker and quicker and quicker. As you guys fade into a blinding golden light, you appear outside of a very familiar sight. The Silent Forest. Forest comprised entirely of white and silver trees. But there are a few things that are a little odd. You have everything that you wanted. You have memories of meeting with Farah and the rest of them. But Trunks is not here.
What?
Bart is. You guys remember that Trunks, you all went to see Trunks off. Like, you all went to, like, take him with, you went with him to see his mama. As soon as Trunks got 10 feet close to his mama, he vanished.
Where'd he go?
What?
The
Where's
boy.
Trunks?
He wasn't eaten alive? I mean, that's better than being eaten alive.
Trunks is very much alive.
I was hoping he was eaten alive.
Trunks is very much
So
alive.
Satan didn't come back and kidnap him a second time?
So what happened?
He just vanished to the void.
Disappeared?
Do you guys want to know out of game what happened?
Sure.
Okay. The
It didn't look like a typical void vanishing.
no, it was a curse. A curse that makes it where you have, whenever you get 10 feet away from your mama, you teleport to the other side of the world.
How
Wow!
do you pull something like that off?
Welcome to the
What
Misfits.
kind of spell did you give him?
It's not a spell.
Wow!
So from here on out,
No, what spell is that? You just made that shit up and he said okay? What the When I play in your game, I'm gonna play spellcaster, I'm gonna be like, Roy, what I want to do to Sean's character is I want to make him puke shit at me every single fucking day in his life. Just
To
because.
the other side of the world, dude? So
now, of course, Trunks doesn't know what just happened.
hey, Mom, I'm back! Poof. Mom?
I imagine that
Oh,
in the days that
wow.
followed, you guys did a sending spell, or you guys tried to find him.
Yeah, they
Couldn't,
well, yeah.
because if I recall correctly, didn't we make it to where he couldn't be found?
I thought that was Bart.
Oh no.
No, no,
That was Bart.
that was just okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you guys find him, teleport him back to his mama, and eventually you discover that is in fact what happened. You have no idea why it's happening.
So the second time he goes to his mom, does it happen again?
Yeah. Every time he gets anywhere within 10 feet of his mama to the other side of the world,
Boom.
so you'll never be able to hug your mama again.
So, hey, quick question.
Because it was
This is a curse?
Yeah.
Hey, bro out?
Yeah, but you don't know that.
So Jet, well,
But it doesn't hurt to try.
well, the comm still works. So he could just be like, guys, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
true.
comb does work.
And after Jet finds out what, because Jet was not
What the
privy
heck?
to this, Jet will teleport to Trunks,
Yeah.
break the curse, and bring him back. But at that point, he's probably going to want to stay close to his mama just in case. And he also has the monastery to run.
You wanna state your case?
Yeah.
If it's a curse, remove curse and the Greater Restoration will remove it.
Yep.
Not if it's only removable by a divine entity.
Which it is.
What spell is this? This can't.
Trust me, man. Like, I did a lot of research into this, and I paid a hell of a lot.
Go ahead. Find it.
It's all it is teleportation and glyph of warding.
A glyph of warding can be a glyph of warding only activates once,
Right.
and there's no such thing as a permanency spell in 5e. Like mechanically speaking, this doesn't work. This doesn't check out unless
the
you.
person that made it could break it. So we could go back to.
You could go get Sid.
Yeah, we basically go. Okay.
So this
Sid,
is the part where the DM steps in and says that yes, they are able to lift it. You got your fun.
But hey, good one. Good
I
one.
can just imagine, Mama, I'm home.
Honestly, Sean, this
I'll
little
take-
scheme of yours would have been a lot better at lower level.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. But you know, he didn't kick me off at lower level.
That's true. But
You don't admit to shit.
but
All we know is that, for all we know, Nigmata pulled this shit.
yeah.
Darn right, but your communicator's gone.
Oh, you took my communicator away from me?
Well, when the,
Like when,
yeah,
when the curse is gone.
when the
Like
curse is lifted,
Oh,
it's still a
the
cursed
communi-
item.
Wait, the communicator caused the lift of warning?
Yep.
Oh, you motherfucker.
It's the long con.
So yeah, about that whole he set it in motion before Trunks apologized. I might have exaggerated on that one.
You know what? But
Just replace the word exaggerated with lied.
So all I can say is this. One, now we know Elon did it because who gave him the fucking thing? Two, are we even? Please let us be even.
And at least that way, Elon doesn't piss off anybody in the party. It's just one big prank.
Please let us be even.
Elon, how did you even do that?
Sin found a way.
Apparently, Sin found a
I
way.
don't think lift for warning can be removed by a divine entity either.
That's what it says.
Really?
Well, at least that's what Sean said. It said.
I don't think lift for warning works that way.
Well, either way about it.
It's
got
only a
lifted.
5th level spell.
Well, either way about it, it got lifted, so it doesn't really
Yeah, I
matter
know.
now, does it?
Crazy. Crazy.
The look on his face.
And, like we said, it wasn't evil. It was just a dick move.
yeah.
Yeah, it really
Nobody
was.
died.
Nobody died. Nobody got hurt. Trunks may have gotten spooked a little bit, but
No, you're not gonna kick you or anything, dude. I'm just gonna shove my fist up your ass.
And here we go back to the.
Got all kinky.
Say that.
Yeah, it's only a 3rd level spell.
Oh,
Yeah, it's only a 3rd level spell. I get that.
No, keep going. By all means, don't
Get over it. Like
you guys were able to
I
lift
paid
it.
a hell
That's
of a
all that
lot for
matters.
like I used a lot of gold.
But this is where DM steps in and says, "You're only controlling one character." for
That's
this.
fine.
So make your kick.
No, it's gonna be Bart.
Okay.
It's gonna be Bartholomew. He's the one
As
that.
far as what happened to Bart,
That is a good question.
he has no idea.
Quick question. Do
Ah,
I have my tattoo?
huh?
Do I have that tattoo?
Sure.
Sweet!
I will also say that Roku affecting you guys the way that you did, you're not aware of it yet, like in game, but out of game you are aware. You all now have your 5th attunement slot.
Oh,
So, quick question. Can I go and purchase myself, at least at this point, a ring of protection? Because I only have 4 of them used up with the blood.
Well, yeah, but like outside and like in game, you don't know the 5th one
Oh, okay. So we're gonna have to wait on that.
yet. Yep.
That's okay.
Check.
Blood Fury tattoos.
Well, I got one free right now, so cool.
So now you have your 5th attunement slot because you've been blessed by a god.
Yeah. That's cool.
So you stand outside of this white and silver forest, and yeah, just looking at it, you can tell that there's a peacefulness, a calmness to it. I will say this, DM talking.
Sorry.
I will say this: this dungeon is going to be exceptionally difficult. If you
sweet.
guys wish to proceed, you may do so.
I'm ready.
Let's go buy some stuff real quick. I got a 5th attunement slot.
You don't know.
You
that
don't
yet.
know that!
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
God.
We said
How do I
that how many
find out?
times,
You know what? I say we go in.
Okay.
Joe? I'm ready.
You leave that to me.
Also, Varrus, quick question. Do you happen to stock up on diamonds?
I gotta get back into the.
If there would have been a moment for us
You
to
would have. Yeah, like Varrus knows that
So-
he needs it, so.
He knew he needed.
Actually, I'm broke right now,
Equipment
so I don't have
done
any money.
Yeah, you have
So
it
I've
all.
got 2 diamonds currently.
Is my
Um,
weapon approved?
If I got the
Do you-
Blood
do you
Fury
prepare
tattoo
weapon?
for
Yeah.
basically free, we could easily hawk the dragon parts that we didn't
Oh, that's
do,
right.
get the money that we need.
Yeah, it's
and-
that's just
That's what I'm counting on. Like, I was
Okay.
going to use some
Sorry.
of those dragon
No, it's fine.
parts to buy.
Sure.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
So I would-
to create a custom item with Sin.
I would
basically.
have sold the cracked diamonds. I
Mhm.
had 6 of them.
Mhm.
And then I would have sold my 2 small dragon bones. And with that, I would have bought however many diamonds you say would have been equivalent to that.
I'll say 6.
6. All right.
Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and ask now. So Staff of Magi?
You were asking if he could create that, yeah?
Yeah.
If I recall. Alright, tell you what.
And if not him, could I find someone during that time to make the Staff of the Magi? Or I could have also went back to, was it Ravenrook?
Ravenrook, yeah.
Ravenrook.
And see if
You want the Staff of Magi to be your primary objective.
I think so. Like while everything
I'm
else
just
is
saying
going on.
I still got,
that's the
I still got 3
magic
chunks of uranium
spell to
also.
get
I
to.
need to do something with that.
So 25. No, sorry. 75 or higher. Yes.
Okay.
Can you settle for
No.
what? That's a weaker version.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I've used both those items. I know what they do. Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Really?
Did you get it?
Did you get 75 on the dot?
Got 80.
Oh, wow.
That's why you rolled, not me.
Maybe I should have gone for 15%.
If you wanted to roll low, you just let me roll.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles. 15%. You've got to be kidding me.
Really?
86%.
It's
An 8?
no, it was a 98.
Wow.
I think.
I guess you were just destined to have this thing.
Wow.
So yeah, Jet's even stronger than he was before.
Very nice.
Staff of
What did
the
you hear? What did you hear? This game radio.
He has access to so many great spells. I think it gives you a plus to your saves or something like
Plus
that.
Gives you
Saves
plus
and
2 to
offense.
spell attack and to saves.
Now, if
I
you
know.
would
Is
have
that
done
only for
Warren
wizards?
Stumbleduck.
It's
Nah,
Wizards,
sorcerers.
spellcasters, wizard, sorcerers,
Wizard, sorcerer, and something
you
else.
should also have tried to get
No,
Warlocks, too, I
huh?
think.
the
Warlocks
robe
too, I
of
think.
the
Yeah.
Archmage.
Yeah, no warlock, no bard, but I took sorcerer levels, so
I will
So it
say
counts.
that you were able to create a replica of the Staff of the Magi because you had heard about it. Because in the alternate timeline, Murdoch was the one that wielded it.
that's right.
You knew of it because of Murdoch.
Alright, hold on.
Actually, yeah, we could just do that.
Hold on, does that mean that he could technically have the robe of the Archmage? Because I had
I'm not
that.
allowing that much time. I would say that it would take Sin all the time to make one item for each of you.
Just throwing this out here while we're
Well,
in.
then, does that mean that I can make a robe of the Archmage?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Why
Okay.
not? Balls to the wall at this point.
I want something
We
cool.
we are level what 18 right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is in the proper bracket for those kind of items.
So
Oh, that's in the proper bracket?
while we're at it,
15 and above for legendary.
yep. So while we're at it, anybody else have any legendary items?
I
that
got my
they
Blood
want?
Fury tattoo.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
also a legendary item.
Yep.
I'm good.
So you 3 are good. You 3 are the ones I need to talk to.
Yeah.
Can I take the chunks of uranium and fuse them with my Omega Cannon to create something even more powerful?
Sure.
He's just like, command me, bitches. I'll run through that real quick.
Really?
I'll talk to you after the game since it's out there.
Okay.
Because the uranium golem did what? Radiant and fire, right?
Mm-hmm. So now what? The Omega Cannon does.
It would be necrotic.
Radiant.
Radiant.
It would be
Oh, no.
picture a
I'll get this
a 3-barrel ray gun,
Right.
a 3-barrel like beam cannon. One is necrotic,
You want to
radiant,
ask for that
fire,
instead?
all together, and when it fires, the beams
Is it
merge
better than
into
the-
one.
It's a little mini Death Star.
I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
So it's like they all merge into one solid hitting beam. So
radiation damage, or light, or radiant, excuse me,
Fire,
and necrotic.
So that's literally
Gives you AC,
one light beam, one red
advantage
fiery
versus
beam,
saving
one
throws.
dark energy,
Your
one
DC
greenish
spell
beam,
attacks
and
go
they
up
swirl
by
together
two.
to create a
Yeah.
unique color.
They formed a special beam cannon.
They form, yeah. they just
Plus
form
2
this
attack
Sorry.
damage.
No,
unique
you're fine.
color
Okay, well, that's
blast
a-
when it fires.
Yeah, I'm down.
And do I hear
Okay.
special?
Now, I
You
would
have the
say to
charges.
output the power,
Holding
it would
you have
probably take 2
advantage
crystals for
on
one
saving
shot.
throws.
And
Yeah.
reaction.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, and you can use your reaction.
2
yeah,
crystals.
To
So
absorb
that's the
two
same,
diamonds.
the same damage from each of those. So yeah, 2
But
crystals.
it doesn't increase your DCs.
2 diamonds.
Yeah.
2
No, I
diamonds for
need
one
the
shot.
DCs because I have
Which one
a
shot?
packed weapon.
One shot.
Mhm.
Oh.
One shot
my
in its
armor's
base
already
standard
Pretty good. So,
is
What's
10d12. So that's
that's when
That's
you break
just
it.
the chance of.
And it's
yeah, but that's one
Oh,
beam.
okay.
Now with 2 other beams,
Alright, got it.
that's 30d12.
Mm-hmm. Hence why it
Max
takes
over 260 damage.
Actually, technically, it would probably take 1 diamond for each barrel. So that's 3
I'll take
diamonds
3.
for one
Yeah,
shot.
makes sense.
So
3 diamonds for a shot.
So only to use this, only use it when we really need it.
Yeah.
For you, it's
Laura,
always.
Any ideas as to what type of item
What
you
are
want?
what are feet
I want a black
of
razor.
proton cannon?
Black
for
razor?
Iron Man.
What?
Did you look that up?
Is that what I think it is?
That's a intelligent weapon. I think.
Yeah.
It is an intelligent weapon. Black Razor is a badass weapon.
And I would also get like 676 temporary hit points.
Yeah, technically.
So I'd be invincible.
676.
Plus I have another 80 from my lay on hands. Plus I have my boot. Fucking bring me down, I dare you.
Nice.
Isn't great? No.
Damn.
Y'all weren't helping me, so I went and looked it up myself.
It's basically like right before we hit the end game, everybody gets a legendary item.
This has quite a lot going for it.
It
Is
is
that
an
what you're looking
intelligent,
at?
and she does need to feed it.
And I'm just gonna throw this out here. It's also an artifact.
What's the second
It is an
one?
artifact.
It is not a legendary weapon. It is an artifact.
That's what what's the second one?
Let's be as
Yeah.
crazy.
Now, the
Oh,
downside is she has
yeah,
to keep
okay.
it fed.
Alright.
Or else it's gonna take control over it.
No, it's not an artifact.
Oh, is it just a legendary?
It's a legendary.
Oh well, fuck.
Didn't he say legendary?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought Black Razor was an artifact.
That's
Nope, it's a legendary sword. According to Eventer.
I'm going to take a look at this later on to determine if it is actually sentient.
It is.
No, I know. But
In
if
his
Sin
world.
is creating this thing,
Oh, right.
would he actually make it sentient?
Well, you can always like rule that it's a weapon similar but not sentient. I mean, it's your
But I could
world.
ask for voice.
Technically, Black Razor is like
Black Razor.
deep in the original lore
Yeah.
in what it is. But if you're willing to give her something similar to Black Razor, you can always give her a non-intelligent.
That's what I'm
weapon.
thinking. But I need to see exactly how much the sentience affects the weapon.
That's fair. I get you.
And then, Vince, whatever your idea was, if you want to message me later.
Yeah, I'll talk to you after the game.
That's fine.
So it's like, hello.
Sean, what were you doing again?
get
What
the
did you
ring of
need
three
again?
wishes.
Robe of the Archmagi.
Robe of the Arch.
Black Razor would be very good for you.
And
Just bear in mind, it's a great sword.
Peregrine
That's
Mask.
two-handed,
It's
right?
not. That's not even like
That's so good too.
wondrous. It's just
You would get no bonus. You get 2 attacks.
there. It just lets me
Okay,
fly.
I still
But
get two.
it's
I
still
think
more
that you
worth
probably
it,
find that
technically.
in a magic shop.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Okay.
Okay. Before you guys, like, you guys have your memories of everything that's happened over the past couple of days, despite being like fast forwarded to it.
Right.
Doing that, but it's did I manage to talk to my son?
Not if you were planning on just holding off.
I'm just throwing off then. Yeah. I'll blow my letters. Hey, I'll change the plans.
He's just like you, father.
The last time the last time you wrote a note like this, it was to go get milk.
I can go get them some.
In the back, and the
You get that joke?
Oh, I got it, Joe.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Assholes.
Background, it just starts playing, and the cat's in the cradle and the silver moon. Little boy blue and the moon. What you gonna do, Dad?
So anyway,
Anyway,
Silent Forest.
I'm kind of nerfing this a little bit, but I like it. We're gonna roll with it. Jet, you feel a sort of rustling from the bag of holding.
I open it up.
As soon as you open it, a little white dragon head pops up out of it.
Oh,
Oh, what a cute little guy.
Did we have a dragon? If we had a
we had a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
I want to keep it.
Of course you did.
It's like this tiny
It's
little
a
thing.
white
too.
dragon.
Wait, who did
don't care
the
what
baby
it
dragon
is.
see first?
Technically, Jet.
Oh,
He
Jet.
also
Damn it, Jet.
That means he's imprinted as the mother then.
He saw Jesus.
I will go and roll that.
Yeah.
Because it could have popped up its head anyway.
Yeah,
Any which
sure.
way.
That's true.
So let's
Oh
see.
yeah.
1, 2, 5.
Is my-
Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Why?
Okay.
7 CR.
7 is CR.
So 1, 2, 3,
8 reroll.
4, 5, 6, 7 you, 8 reroll.
Oh, who is it?
What number am I
They
with?
just-
Who's it gonna be?
I want 5. Yeah.
I say you roll it where we all can see it.
Okay.
I got my
Yeah,
Pegasus Rainbow Roach needs a friend.
Alright, so here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's gonna be
7
a 5.
is Ciara?
Chris, say it's gonna be a 5.
It's gonna be a 1.
If it's an 8, it's a reroll.
Alright.
It's a 5 fucker.
Well,
Alright. I want everybody to watch this.
It's gonna be anything but 1.
Come on, 5. Big money, big money.
It will be a one.
Make sure that I actually have
Actually,
the right die.
hopefully,
Yep.
I'm kind of hoping it's 7.
5.
You're dumb too.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Is this who he imprints on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't look at the light.
What is that?
3. Oh
Mother
my god.
trucker.
You
We're
love
getting
Wow,
It's a mommy.
sweet.
Elon is a mommy.
You finally got your Raptor.
I finally did. Sweet.
Congratulations, Sean. You have a baby light dragon.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's badass.
Yep.
That was awesome.
I will send you its stats later.
Sweet. Oh, I'm going to take
You know
such
what? I
good
just
care of
remembered
you.
something.
What?
I just remembered that there were some effects of the deck of many things that I did not apply.
Ooh. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Jen and Ciara both got the key, which means that you both get. I think that was the magical item, right?
Yeah. And me and Bart has the one to fight a single enemy by ourselves to get a
Right.
level up.
Which still hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
I go find a deer and punch it.
That's funny. The whole trying to dare. I was thinking, I just saw a bar fight.
Well, that won't do the trick. It has to be hostile.
Yeah.
I go
I
find
mean,
a
you can
bear.
piss it off, I guess.
I go find a bear and punch it.
So real quick, let me
Are you
scroll
going to
through.
simulate train too while you're at it?
Oh hell yeah, man! I'll go and save in that shit.
Wow. Wow.
Magical items.
Well, knowing Bart, wouldn't it be better for him to go to a crime-infested part of the town? And now that he doesn't have the,
You know what? Yeah. I'll say that you guys thought to do that. If you go and piss somebody off,
I'll go and stop somebody. I mean, I was basic. Here's the thing. I was basically running around all night, chasing down a fucking vampire on the poor side of town. I'm pretty sure if I ran into a mugger or something, I would have beat the shit out of him.
Okay. All right. So
probably.
real quick.
Yes.
If he's looking for people to kill,
Oh my god.
I'm always looking for people. To
Yes. Okay. You imprisoned a soul.
that's right.
oh my god.
Congratulations.
Goodness gracious. All right. So real quick, let me
If I got that level, then
let
sweet,
me
I'm
figure
taking
let me
that.
figure what type of items Jen and Ciara get. Where did it go? Oh, there. Nah.
It's right there.
2, 3, 4.
I think it's a wondrous item specifically.
Was it a wondrous item or
Well,
was it
it's
just
'cause
a
I know there's
magical
one-
item?
Well, there's one that's specifically for weapons, and let me I can look that up too.
Make an ultimate.
It was key.
I have one in mind, but I'm not sure we approved though.
What is it?
The Moonblade, but it has something different. It has more abilities onto it.
Well, it's random
Yeah.
too. Sadly, you don't get to choose.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Fates, fine.
If he is allowed, it's
Gem,
part of the generations somehow.
Jester key, a rare or
Yeah,
rare.
yeah.
Oh no, that is
Yeah,
the
allows
weapon
it.
one.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, the key is the weapon one.
a rare or rarer, so it can be rare, very rare, or legendary, depending on how generous the DM wants.
Rare, very rare, very rare legendary. So let's roll a d6 first and foremost. This is going to be for your item.
Okay.
Okay. Very rare. And now... Oh, wait, hold on. I think that there is...
And it is something that he's proficient in, so.
Okay.
We're all going to go into this dungeon super beefed up and ready.
They get
just
us
gonna
the
get
Get
light.
wiped.
Yep.
No joke, right? Alright.
I'm gonna be invincible.
You get about a fucking cat. A very big cat.
Yeah, right.
I have to be like a manticore or a chimera come out of nowhere.
The souped up, like, CR20 version.
Yeah.
And which weapon were you looking to get? The,
Oh, you're gonna let him choose? I think you said Moonblade.
I'm not going to let him choose. I was wondering. The
What?
Moonblade I heard you talking about?
Yeah. This one I'll tell you about later after the game.
Gotcha.
Oh, for his item. Gotcha.
And isn't the Moonblade legendary?
I think so.
I
think it
Let me
is.
check real quick.
Yeah.
I'm looking it
It
up.
is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
cool,
I'll tell you that after the game. Yeah.
Alright. Roll d20 because there's exactly 21 on here.
Roy's just gonna be like, okay, you're up against 10 ancient dragons. Go.
Go.
Right? Have a nice day.
Now it's up to you if you want to do this, but it
Yeah,
typically says
filthy
it has to be an
animals.
elf or a half elf of
Yeah.
neutral good alignment.
I'm the literally good on that dude.
But are you an elf or half elf for the Moonblade?
Oh, so I want to talk to him.
It's really up to you though.
Well, we'll talk about that later. Okay. That's interesting.
My brilliant Omega cannon is ready.
Okay, I'll say it is.
Just you real quick. Sorry. Thank you.
Oh,
That's
it's a
funny.
very rare version.
If you didn't go try the game.
Vince.
Yes.
What type of weapon do you want? It's one of the abilities that can be applied to any type of weapon. It has to be something that you're attuned to, or that you're proficient with.
What, katana? What would?
Long swords, katana,
Yeah.
whatever else that he's proficient in. New book.
You know. Okay, I thought. Hold on to the weapon for now. I can't think of anything.
Well, this is
Now?
Yeah, this is the item that you're getting
just
from
say,
the.
Just say katana. You always use katana. Why wouldn't you pick katana? Why are you gonna pick a Kasuri Gama suddenly?
Yeah, sure, let's go with Katana.
All right. Okay, so, and I'll message this to you
Yeah, later on.
afterwards. But
No problem.
you have a Wakened Dragon's Wrath weapon. Wakened is the very rare version.
Wait.
Bonus to attack and damage rolls is +2, and any damage that deals an extra 2d6.
You gave him a vestige?
Essentially.
Huh.
And it's going to give you a breath weapon as well. Some choice of some type. I'll decide that myself.
Okay, no problem. You just message me later and I'll play with it.
And now let's see for Ciara. Okay.
So, we're all gonna go in
She got a legendary.
pimped out,
Nice.
ready to take on whatever's in this dungeon.
That's funny. I was gonna hope we go Thursday, so the fight the Dragon Cole. I was kind of hoping that whoever and the boss fight the sun and getting the accessory weapon.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping the forward can left the ground. It's okay, son. I have the higher ground.
Oh wow. That would have been.
I'm a stupid mess.
Well, we're gonna have to wait to take on your son. Be like, sorry, kid, I got more important things to do right now.
Wow.
And like I said, he's probably thinking to himself, "That's just like Dad."
Right?
Oh.
Thanks, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
Hey, you get the
Yeah, she got a knife. A really good dagger. From the Rakdos.
character.
Yeah, exactly.
From the
It can daddy issues.
Rakdos right knife.
Magic the Gathering Rose? What?
Yeah. I pulled a list of magical items and yeah,
Wow.
got it at random, so
Nice.
yeah, ought to be fun. But should go and use that later. Alright, so now that we got that. So yeah, you got a baby dragon.
Sweet.
Baby dragon.
It's just looking at you like kind of like
Yeah. I'm just petting it.
And
He's
you're
probably hungry.
and
He
you're
just
about
woke up into the new world like
to take him into a.
I'm gonna give him some field rations.
he gobbles it up like nothing.
Yeah, awesome. Is there like any kind of small animals or rodents nearby that I can off?
I'm sure you can find in the forest.
For it, but
I'll have to hunt for it?
yeah.
Yeah?
It's your baby.
Yeah, no, I get that. What I'm saying is, I have to hunt for it.
Yeah? Have fun with that.
Okay, fine. You know
Welcome
what?
to parenthood.
Do I find any squirrels?
Let's actually go into the forest first, and then we'll see. So, yeah. Does anybody have any sort of comment to make on this?
You take that slow,
One
old
slow
badass
step
guy
for-
walk towards the
You
forest.
did one giant leap for mankind.
No matter what happens in here, if we all make it,
I have no clue what happened and how I got here.
Us
oh, that's
making
right, Bart. You know, we would have filled you in on everything that happened.
Yeah. You remember.
Everything that
Well,
happened.
you told me that.
Sierra would
yeah,
have.
You told me that I didn't know what happened to me.
You don't know what happened to you, but you know everything that happened, like, from when you came back to this timeline
Okay.
and what they told you.
And Sierra was
So you have no
very
idea what's
concerned.
Where did y'all find me?
You kind of disappeared.
Who's that?
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
You,
Just here.
Cool.
what happened to you? Where'd you go?
Yeah, you don't know.
I
And
was trailing Malkuth through the streets. I stopped at Mugger on the way there, and something got stronger out of nowhere.
you remember hearing a melody.
Then I heard the melody, and I suppose nothing after that. Then I woke up with this tattoo.
That's weird.
Well, it's the tattoo I've been looking for, so I guess I got what I wanted. Still,
What is it?
wait till we get into a fight. I'll happily show you.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, yeah. So I guess.
I was bar my own business and
Oh, yeah.
conclusions.
Yeah, no. So I imagine that in your time to prepare, both Bart and Jen managed to fulfill the contract with their comment card.
Mm-hmm.
So you are both level 19.
Woo! I'm taking power attack.
That sucks because I had that card in the other timeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, you used it, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
Success
whenever
rate.
they reset, I went back to take
No,
level.
everybody leveled up
Well-
to you.
Or everyone leveled up to me per se.
You weren't ahead anymore, so
I
it's
wasn't
okay.
ahead. I
Yeah.
wasn't special.
That's fine.
And then I lost out on a dragon baby. That's just not my game.
We're
And I'm
gonna
gonna have to lose my baby.
go, no, you're not gonna. Well, technically,
You're gonna have
I'm
to.
not right. No.
no.
Technically, I could be
It's up to
dead.
you guys as to what you end up doing with the wish spell once you
So
We
I
don't
wanna-
require the wish spell.
So I want to make sure I get this straight though. Y'all made a deal with the time god. We go in there, grab the wish spell, go back in time, stop you from ever pulling that deck.
Stop anyone from using
And this
that.
is very important. You still owe me a double date with Sierra and him.
When was
In
this?
this other timeline, I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Yeah, because Sierra was just still off on her own. Or Ciara, excuse me, was still off on her own.
We could take the time to try and make everything as close to what it is now once we succeed in going back in time.
You know, minus the hell spawn that apparently came from your genitals.
Yeah, basically. But also, the good news is Doc Maestro will still be alive. Will be alive.
Yes,
One
Can touch his
Idea.
tricky problem that we'll have to think about.
What's that?
Xeric will still have the wish spell.
He will.
So,
He'll still have the wish spell, so I imagine at some point you guys will probably have to go and stop him, find him, kill him.
but if we take the initiative,
Plus, yeah, he may use the wish spell, but he won't have the fate card.
He can't change the timeline, but he can wish for something.
Mm-hmm.
he can still wish to be in your.
Well, he can wish for the timeline to change.
Yeah.
Well, he could, yeah, but
He could still wish to be born as an Owensburg.
That's true.
yeah.
We need to get the jump on him before he has a chance. But you also, if I'm understanding, when we go back in time, you said we're going to lose our celestial weapons.
Yeah. We'll be going back to a point where you don't have them. We can acquire them again, of course.
In a manner of speaking, Miranda Markov will be alive then.
Yeah, but she won't know us as well.
Yep.
I imagine.
But then you won't know her either. Oh well, yeah, you will if you word the spell
She'll know
correctly.
him.
More than likely.
She'll know all of us.
Actually,
But even if for some reason it's only you and me who end up going back at that point, don't you have a spell that lets people read your thoughts?
No, I can read other people's thoughts.
Oh, okay.
It's a one-way.
Oh, well, there goes that.
So,
Oh, this is for the greater good. Let's do this.
Yeah. Either way, we can definitely use this wish
This is-
spell for something.
And people wonder why I get my.
Came into the force.
And people
Well-
tell me, why did you choose to chop your balls off? It's because of crazy shit like.
as soon as Jen turns to try to go to the forest, a very familiar belted figure stands before you guys.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nigmata.
Yep.
Go figure.
What the hell do you
Old
want?
friend, what are you doing here?
Made a deal with Roku?
I walk up and punch him.
Oh!
Give him back. I attempt to throw him to the ground,
You do.
and I just start going off on him.
He's just laughing with every blow that you deliver.
I want him back. What gives you the right?
What? I don't have a right to food? That's what I wanted. I was hungry.
And he just punches him as hard as he can in his solar plexus.
Okay. Eventually, as you keep on punching him, eventually one of those punches just hits the ground where his body used to be. And he appears on a rock, or on a boulder, a little bit away. It's just like, now, that's just rude.
You're a murderer.
Depends on how you describe. It depends on how you define murder. Is a lion a murderer when he eats a giraffe?
Did you really need to consume him to sustain yourself?
Not really.
You're a murderer.
Well, yeah, I guess. But that's not important. Made a deal with Roku. I'm proud of you all, thinking of doing such a thing. Now you're going to go back to an alternate timeline. Sounds interesting.
One where you're killed and taken over by another
Ah,
entity.
but therein lies the thing. You know for a fact, thanks to Morpheus, that I'll die in this timeline. Go back there. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that you'll beat that Endymion or that Nigmata. At least here. Seems pretty certain. As long as Morpheus is telling the truth, which he seems to be. The fact that Roku didn't try to deny it either. So, what exactly do you intend to do? Will you go back to this alternate timeline where there's no certainty of my demise, no certainty of Endemion's demise?
He's playing mind games. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what he does.
You know, I'm curious. Are you trying to stop us here? I mean, you're gonna die in 9 years.
I'm just curious as to whether you've actually thought about every single possibility. Because remember, Roku did tell you that it would be unwise to go a path where there's no certainty.
Dude, gotta be real with you, alright? Every time we're on the right path, you always come along and jack us over.
It's true.
You know, you're not wrong.
If that's the way you wish to interpret it.
Well, you just left. Later.
Yeah, like, I'm following Jim. I'm just like, peace, homie.
There's even a chance that he can still be alive. I'm taking it.
You made a promise to me.
Did I? I don't
Oh,
recall
yeah.
this.
Oh yes, you did.
What's your problem? What promise did I make?
Oh.
He can eat
I'm
the-
going to keep things the way they are. I'll have you remember when the time is right.
He can eat the baby now.
I don't recall any promise that I made to you.
Exactly. It's my own doing.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I really make a promise to you, or are you just fucking with me again?
No, you really did.
Inside check.
There it is. It took all night, but we
Took
got
all night, but we got
Of
it.
course.
I mean, I the player, know. So
Inside
Yeah.
check all the way.
He seems to be
it's a
telling me the
22.
truth.
I don't remember
He
that.
actually told the
Did
truth
you?
once.
When did I do this? When did I make this?
You didn't
promise?
Before you
Promise our
learned
child,
Morpheus's true identity.
No, of course not. Okay, I don't recall that.
Oh, you invited me for a drink. We talked.
What about what?
I gave you information of how to find out what was going on with your demon fetus. And
You take
you
that back right now.
now
Make
and
him take that back right now.
you made a promise to me in return. I withdrew that memory from your mind.
Why don't you put it back so I remember what I promised?
I think I'll wait. But then again, I suppose it doesn't matter. If you manage to get a hold of the wish spell, everything's going to be reversed anyway. So, congratulations. You managed to find a way to beat me.
Well, I was always planning on killing you. Doesn't matter what timeline.
Ah, yes, I know. You'll try. But meanwhile, I'm actually here to do something that I'm sure you never expected me to do.
What's that?
What? You
Wish
dying?
you luck.
Wish us luck?
Yes. I would hate to see this all go to nothing.
So, you're probably pretty aware of what we're doing exactly, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go in there, we're gonna fight your brother Ace Manashi. Oh, sorry, is he? He's technically your
Not in
brother.
this timeline.
Oh, so what is he? Is he a god?
By all means, you may not actually remember Ace Manashi killed his family.
Oh, that's right.
So this Nigmata despises Ace Manashi, so he's very much okay with you going in and killing his darker half.
But is Ace Manashi a god?
Not this version of him. See, think of it like a Kami and Piccolo situation. They split into two entities. This is the dark half. This is the Piccolo half that you're going to go fight.
Oh, okay.
So what is-
where is the other half?
Yeah.
He ascended to godhood.
So this one is literally a demon.
Yeah, pretty much. The darkness of Ace Manashi given physical form. I wonder how you will do against him.
You know,
Looking forward to this fight.
Morpheus did say that in 9 years we kill you.
In this timeline,
That's probably only because we hadn't had time to try and do it, I'd imagine. You're probably too busy with Demian or any of the others.
It's very possible.
So why don't we just kill you now? It would be good practice for what's coming.
Go ahead. Kill me now. Everyone in this world dies.
No.
What?
Not because Jet.
I become you.
Oh.
Remember how that works?
I see.
We can do that right now.
We could.
Are you ready?
Wow. Polite with it. Ready?
Okay. This is DM talking here.
I'm fucking.
Do you guys really want to do this?
Yes, I do.
I
Look-
cast Disintegrate.
I already punched him. How much damage did I do? Guys,
Do you guys? No, I'm serious. Hold on.
like, yeah.
I'm serious.
I'm scared.
Do you guys want to do
This
this?
is the GM
If
legitimately
you,
saying, like,
here's the deal.
What's it?
You
Are you
lose.
sure?
You lose, it's game over.
Will
You-
we? It's 6 of us.
It's
against
game over.
One god.
It's game over.
It's
Either
game
way.
over either way.
Yeah.
No? How's it game over? By the rules that you
No,
have
no, no,
created.
no. I'm saying, like, kill Nigmata.
That's
It's
insane.
done.
Yeah, because there's no reason for
There would be no reason for Endymion to continue
That's true.
her plan.
But there's still reason for us to go, and that's why.
That's
What's
true.
inside of Mahalia is why
So,
we will
I
continue.
With
need.
Jet, with the power of
A
a
god.
god, he could help you
Suppress
achieve
the
those
mind.
goals.
Exactly.
Suppress the mind of him.
Exactly.
So it
Actually,
would,
if anything, probably
in theory,
completely break and rebuild it.
in theory, it could result in the end. So,
I cast Disintegrate.
You know what? Let's fucking do it, guys.
what?
we're not doing it right now.
Damn it!
It's 9:50, y'all. We
It's
got
only 8 minutes.
dude. If we end the campaign right here, oh fuck, let's.
Okay, alright, so this is
For
out
the
of
campaign,
character.
guys.
This is out of character. But
Nicole approves, by the way.
honestly,
Hell yeah!
this is the way Jet looks at it. Here's an opportunity.
We have him alone.
And if this goes wrong, we have a backup plan of using the wish spell anyways. He's going to cast Disintegrate and see what happens. If he actually deals damage, starts hurting him, and if we're able to provoke him into a fight and defeat him, all the better. But if he somehow overpowers us, we could run away into the forest and hopefully,
Yeah, and lose him in the forest.
lose him in the forest and
I mean, if it's separate from time,
and
it could be
get
separate from
saved
Mr.
from
Hell.
Nigmata by going to Ace Minashi land, but still be,
It's Manashi Land.
but also still be at risk with Ace Minashi
Do
there.
you have Liam's tiny hut?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a ritual though.
That's
I mean, all
fine.
we gotta do is
It's
just
10
bring-
minutes.
It's
that's
10
fine.
minutes. We just
All we
have
gotta
to.
do is just run into the forest, defend.
There's
you.
a reason Nigmata stopped us outside. Maybe he can't go in. Maybe because he knows who's in.
It's like,
And
oh
who-
shit.
That's a theory.
And who
It's like
rules.
I came to wish you luck. Well, now
Oh, cowabunga.
Like, I love you guys, but Jet's gonna do this.
No, I'm all Jet. If you do it, Varrus is right
You know
there.
what?
He's got a
Jet
play
at this
with.
point, it'll be totally worth
You
it.
know what?
dude, I'm gonna tell you this right
I'm
now.
fucking ready.
Bart has more of a reason to kill him than he ever did before.
All right, so
I'm fucking ready.
I'm going to point to each of you, and I want you to raise your hand. Are we doing this next session?
I'm fucking asking for
Kill the
something else
motherfucker.
Kill him next.
This has to be unanimous.
Off
by
with
the
his
way.
head.
We kill him next session.
I mean, at this point, Jane can run into the forest if he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Jin, you have every reason to help your friends kill this evil bastard because there's no guarantee. I mean, you've seen what he's done to Trunks' family.
Look at it this way: if we succeed, Jet has a lot more power to help you out in your goals.
Yeah, he would become a god. He could sway your son to the good side.
This can end the campaign.
So what about Chris? Chris,
Now,
are you
I
with
say we
us?
go for.
hell
I say we go for another 3 hours. Let's go.
All right, hold on. Okay. I need to stress this. You guys die. That's it. We move on to Chris's campaign.
We'll move on to
on
Sean.
to
We move on to Sean's one shot, and then we move on to Chris's campaign.
Let's reason it real quick. There's 6 of us and 1 of him. We are level 18. We have 2 level 19 players.
I mean, technically,
we
don't
all have
to
legendary gear. We're ready to fight something
There are
very
3
powerful.
of you who have celestial swords.
There are 3 of us who
Yeah.
have celestial swords. You guys can hurt him. The rest of us, because of you, are going to be able to hurt him too.
Yeah.
We have a very
I don't
good
know.
shot.
I'm punching the shit out of him. That man.
You have a. I think we have.
You have a sword now.
Yeah.
You have a sword now. So you are like primary damage dealers already.
Actually, yeah. Thanks to like a lot of stuff, I deal
Yeah.
almost as much damage as Sean now.
Right. And then I'm the receptacle for the godhood, so we're good.
I think we're good. I mean, as long as we have Jet who can hurt him, is we're going to feed off of what Jet can do to fuck him up. And I have a weapon that can deal 30 d12
Yeah, but
one shot.
legitimately that he can still take damage, because if he can't, like we
If
have
DM is like, if you do
we
this,
have
this is going to be the
screwed
end of
up.
the campaign.
Yeah.
He knows that we can fight him. He knows 50-50. We're either going to win or we're going to
yeah,
lose.
and he knows that he could probably just be like,
Now
Well,
he's been
Dad,
trying
have
to
a
do
nice
is make us
day.
go to
That's
the damn
unfair.
forest.
it's
Right.
true though, right? Like you
Theory.
could, in theory, just be like,
I wouldn't steer you guys wrong. I wouldn't send you down a path of no victory.
I mean, if you're gonna say
Either way,
if you're saying that as a shot to
My way.
yeah. But,
Beware the DM.
but listen, this is how it's going to go. For one, the fight with Nigmata is inevitable. Not just get it over with now. If we beat him and you ascend to godhood, we have you on our side already. Because it will take time before you have to fight off the wish. You can easily load the wish spell. Probably fix, not have to go back in time. You can probably use your power to suppress. We can use the wish spells that we need. Like,
I mean, if we topple a fucking guy and you become like
With the
probably
wish, we can return people killed by Nick.
that's true. We can, actually. We can Dragon Ball Z this shit. Wish back at Nigmata.
And again,
Or we can wish, and here's a better one. We can wish that you were never influenced by Nigmata personality.
Right.
Use you with the power of a god.
With the wish spell, I could keep Nick. I wouldn't have to.
Would be for the rest of Roy's world, it would be the god of knowledge, the good god of knowledge.
Jet.
You would be Jet, the god
There
of
we go.
knowledge.
Problem solved right
It
there.
just goes around, walking around. Okay, you just go to every fucking and it's just basically now I'm the new god of knowledge. Okay, fuck off. I'm changing right now.
A friend
Okay,
who is a god
Too many
who can help
belts here.
suppress what's
Fuck the
inside
belts. What's up with
Mehalia.
all the belts?
Right, we would eliminate the Endymion threat because Nigmata is dead. We would prove to Endymion that Jet is not going to be ever because
yeah.
And no shit.
Jet could help
Right.
suppress
He would have
or
the
maybe
knowledge
completely
to-
remove
Every god needs a
Zurich
hobby, I
from the
guess.
womb.
That's his hobby.
We would solve
Be
everything.
fucking Zeus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jet would definitely be Zeus.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it. If it's got a hole, he's gonna stick his dick in it.
So all of a sudden, you're gonna have
Well,
little
he is a
baby
bard,
gods
so
running
yeah.
around your world,
Right.
and it's just like every 9 years, suddenly, every 9 years, suddenly, you know, a ton of people get pregnant with fucking demigods.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who's the year after Nigmata again?
It is. Bio.
So for some reason,
Really
there's going to be a
overpowered.
lot of demigods born in the year of Nigmata and year of Ray. It's like why?
Really?
I mean, we already
Bio
decided we're
is
doing
fine.
this. I can't wait, man. I want us to keep going, like, right now. I know
It's time to prepare.
it's
It is 10 o'clock.
I'm right there with you though, Julio. Like I'm very tempted
like,
to just
fuck.
make this shit up on the fly, but
No,
it's
let's.
best if I prepare. So
Let's
yeah,
make
you
it
have to
again.
bring your A game.
again, I
yeah.
have to stress this, and I do mean I have to stress it.
That's fine.
You lose. We move on to Sean's one shot, and then to Chris's campaign. It's over.
If we lose.
If you lose,
You can give.
if you win,
Question: what constitutes losing? Like all of us
you
die?
all die.
So
What?
white.
Well, especially if Jet dies.
Especially if Jet dies.
Because after that, it'd
Because
be,
if Jet dies, that's it. Yeah, there's nothing. You guys can kill Nigmata, sure, but it'll result in the death of everybody.
No, that is not true.
Just
Don't
him.
forget, I'm born in the same
Yeah.
year that Jet is.
oh,
If
and
Jet
when I
dies
die,
and I'm alive, straight to me because
If
I'm going to
you
be the
kill
last
him.
person. No,
Yeah.
it also does. Did
Or,
you also
or
say
yeah,
if
he
he
could,
dies,
he
down
could
before
just
Nigmata
he
dies.
could just transfer it to you.
Yeah.
that's
So
what we
if
talked about. If
you
he
two-
dies, it's going to me.
So if both of you die,
Then we're fucked.
then Yeah.
You know, to the primary target.
You know what?
I'm
You know
ready.
what? You're right. We are
Quickly run away.
because
Hide the whole
Bart,
time.
at that point,